my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. I saw no shadow, I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow, but felt the glow. The warmth inside me, it kept me afloat. It felt like heaven had found my bones and gave me comfort when I feel alone. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. My best friend to 23. I heard the heavens crying above me. They gained an angel, I lost a friend. I felt like dying again and again. I went through hell, stared at death, but I keep fighting with each living breath. I saw no way out from where I stood. Felt like the fire had burned me through. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend. Inside your self-righteous symphony, I would rather let this go than to bring it up again. But
Yay! No cameras, but can they hear us? This is my favorite. It wouldn't be a final episode if there wasn't a major technical difficulty.
No way.
So we're doing. Oh, we're fixed. Look at it. Hey, what's up, nerds? How you guys doing? I mean, we had to start it off with a freaking bang, of course. What a better way to go out than literally just burn everything down on your way through the door. There is no rails. There's never been rails on this show. We never promised rails. There was no, there's not even a hint, an inkling of rails to this show. But hey, guys, things are changing. What's up? Welcome back to another Thursday Live. We just want to say real quick right off the bat, thanks so much for the love. We didn't even give that much time. I think I posted like midday that this was going down. Our members knew because we did a members only live on Tuesday. And they were all super positive about it. It was a freaking blast. We were on there for like 3 hours.
You guys are not going to get that much. You guys are not going to get that much. And it's not the time, but like we're holding some stuff back because the members are getting like they're getting the 1 foot.
They know everything.
You'll get like the 50-foot view.
Maybe a 300-foot view. We're going to get into it. We'll catch you guys up. We're going to tell you what's going on in just a second. First of all, welcome to the show. This is the final episode of the Burly Fishing Podcast. That was not clickbait. This is legit the last episode of this podcast. I felt like I had to put this is not clickbait in there just because we did an episode. Was that a month ago, Paul? We're like, we're done.
We quit. We're done or whatever.
We didn't say we quit. We said we're done.
Whatever.
And it was with specific baits that we hated, right? Yeah. Or techniques or whatever, right? So, no, this is, there is no, you promised a monorail. Not yet, brother. Hang on. Don't even hint at that. There's no rails for this show.
Yeah,
so episode 117, the last episode, RIP. Paul said I went all out with the thumbnail. I was like,
you really did. I got that thumbnail and like it literally posted and I had my mom was like, what's wrong? What happened? And I was like, whoa, I didn't even know that posted.
I jumped into Canva today to make the thumbnail, you guys, and I was just like, gravestone, looking up a gravestone. Then I just grade our faces out and put it on there. We're having fun with this. So let's get into it. I've got a few of you guys saying, what's going on? Someone getting married. We're both married and we both have children. It's not that at all. And Chaz isn't going anywhere. So let's just address the elephant in the room. Okay. This show is done. This show is leaving. There's a reason for that, a very important reason. First and foremost, I got to let you guys know this. If you guys follow me on Instagram at Burly Fishing, I have not been posting in a week and a half, Paul, 2 weeks. It's been a while.
Almost 2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, it's been almost 2 weeks. And there's a reason for that. So a lot of you guys don't know this, but for my main gig, I'm a sales coach. And I run a sales mentoring company, as well as I work with a pretty big collective of like fitness businesses. And that takes up the vast majority of my time. I also run 2 other podcasts that I am a host on. So imagine like, first and foremost, I do 3 podcasts a week, plus a members only if we do a members only live that week. So it's potentially 4 podcasts a week, the actual job that I do, and I run multiple social media channels. So just got to say, that's been like absolutely just crushing my life recently. And I just got to a point where I didn't want to keep making posts where I'm just like, oh, shoot, I didn't make my noon post. And I run downstairs and I grab a bait and I'm like, look at this bait. I got sick of doing that, you guys. And I know nobody cares about that. Like, I don't want to do that. And I didn't want to start making videos that, I was making or editing for Paul and I, and my heart wasn't in it and just not having fun. So yeah, exactly. Greg Spade plus family. Like, and then we got family that we also need to pay attention to, I guess. Do they deserve that, Paul?
Who?
Huh? Who?
My wife's cutting the grass right now. She's the best woman on the face of the planet.
That's awesome. So yeah, just so you guys know, my wife has a full-time job and I work from home, which means I'm a stay-at-home work dad. So I have 2 kids. My 6-year-old lives with autism and my 8, almost 9-year-old, it's a lot of work with those 2 girls, right? So I got to keep them going, keep them fed, keep them alive, while also getting work done and then running multiple social media channels. So we don't want to make the whole show about like complaining, I don't have time for my awesome, fun hobby that people pay attention to for whatever reason on the internet. I get it. Okay. We have a blast doing this. So here's the deal. what we planned on doing was I'm taking a month off. I'm going to continue not posting on Instagram, and I'm also not going to be purposely filming or editing any YouTube videos. However, we already have videos queued up for the entire month. So if you guys stay tuned to the Burly Fishing channel, there are still videos dropping. Also, our members, we still got you, bros. Like, and ladies, like we have shirts going out to you. Bras, we have shirts going out to you. We got decals going out to you guys. All that stuff is shipped. If you guys paid or if you're a member, that stuff's shipped out. We're holding true to that. That is not like we're like sell the shirts and bail. No, they're shipping out. Like we got you. And we got the content coming. And we're going to do the members only next month. So like that's not going anywhere. So appreciate you members. You're supporting the channel. You guys are like the sole reason we keep going because we love you. Also love everybody who's in here. Even if you're not a member, you guys have been a support structure for the show. That's what makes this fun. That's what makes the channel fun. That's what makes even posting on Instagram fun, right? I'm just taking a month off to catch my breath, try and ramp up my other businesses and get to a point where, you know, financially sound. And like, I also want to settle into the summer with my girls and try to get used to this new pace of life, which is they're not at school 8 hours a day. So we decided to take a step back, cancel the podcast. The reason for that is we actually want to reset it. Okay. And I can't give you all the details on this. Can I even give them the name, Paul? Should we do that? Should we talk about it? Okay, cool. So
but they already know it. Everyone on this show has heard the name already.
Yeah, you guys have heard the name. We actually say it a ton. And it's in no relation to nerds, just so you know. Like the nerds is still the core community that we talk about and love, but that's not the name of the podcast. It's something else that we say absolutely all the time. And our members know it and they know the direction of the show that we're going. So that'll be back. A version of this show will be back in a month. Probably, possibly, maybe at a different day and time. And that's just to not compete with all of our other friends that do lives. We got like MB Live right before this, actually kind of like they've been overlapping our live for so long that's kind of sucked. And like, we don't want to take away from them or anybody else. And we just want to get like a staple time. So we might tweak that. We might work on it, but there's going to be a whole new direction to the show. Here's what I can promise. Instead of no rails, there will be one rail, which means it's a monorail podcast and there will still be shenanigans, but it also is going to have a purpose, a point, a direction of sorts, right? So yeah, we have a very good plan that we are pretty happy with, and our members contributed a whole bunch of feedback that was awesome on Tuesday. You guys are such a blast to hang out with. We hung out for 3 hours. So if you guys are not like a part of the memberships, just FYI, we're still not going anywhere. The channel's not canceled. This podcast is dead. That's the only thing. And
but there'll be a new podcast to replace it that you will like better.
Promise you're gonna like it better. Yeah,
it will still be live. It will still be a live stream.
Yep.
And you're still getting video content. Yeah, we'll still have the members only. That's not gonna go anywhere. And I will say that you may see some things change with YouTube that hopefully, you know, we went into a lot of detail on this with the members only, and the only reason I won't go further is because, again, we're trying to add value for people who are members, so they got a really, really kind of in-depth behind-the-scenes look, and we did ask for their feedback on some stuff, and we got some really awesome feedback from them. So, but suffice it to say, you may see some scheduling changes, and hopefully higher quality. And really, at the end of the day, we're trying to make this sustainable so that we enjoy it enough to where we want to keep doing it, because it's become a job, and it's become a job that I just like don't really get paid enough to do, and that's really bad, right? We want this to be something that is enough fun so that regardless of whatever, you know, I'm using like air quotes for payment, that's it. Like the payment is the fun in itself. If we make money, great, and then that makes it sustainable. And then hopefully we're doing it in a way that continues to drive our community. That's really it. Like everything else is kind of irrelevant, and we've kind of drifted away from that. So we're not gonna drift back. We're like gonna sink the boat, build a new one, and then we're gonna head back in that direction.
Which we should have done for a video because it would have gone viral. Paul, great idea, you dork. Like literally, what if we do a Viking funeral? Let's like put the show figuratively / literally on a boat, send it out. Just
I feel like we just told the DNR to look for lakes in the southern Michigan area for a fire.
They'll never find us. they will.
Tyler Bassler said, so what you're saying is new look, same great taste. I would say new and improved. We are the new and improved. But yes,
yeah.
you nailed it. You got it.
It is the better version. It is the next generation iPhone or whatever. However you want to think about it.
What is the one? Is it
Galaxy
the 10.1?
23.
We're gonna be Burly Fishing XR.
Burly Fishing XR. Oh look, we got a super chat already for the show. Jackson Heine? Heen? No, well now you got to take it back.
Another thing that won't change. Jeff will not learn how to.
I promise you, I'll never say your name right. Everyone, that applies to everyone. So Jackson, thank you so much for the super chat for $9.99. Thank you for the support. Yeah, you guys, memberships are still open. Super chats are on. All that stuff still supports the show. You guys are a blast. Look at these friggin' guys. Monster Bass with a $25 super chat, not to be outdone.
Appreciate you guys.
Here's to the better XR version. It's the iPhone XR.
Adam Ogden, this will not be like new Coke, but it might be like Coke Zero Sugar, which I should think is like an improvement upon actual full diesel.
Fair enough. I will say this too, guys. Someone in chat said the name of the new podcast.
They did.
If you can find it, it has been said, and they're not a member, so they figured it out. So there you go. It's been said. We got Greg Whitaker, member for 15 months. That is amazing. Thank you so much for the Snorlax crew. Hashtag Shark Nation. Hashtag Snorlax crew. You are awesome. Much appreciated. So here's the deal for the show, you guys. We're going to do a Q of the day. There's still a show. Again, like we promised our members, because we gave them like the full enchilada. We told them everything that was really going on. We can only really give you guys the surface stuff. We don't want to waste time with the show. We want to have fun on the last episode. This thing has to go down with a nice little party. So here's what we're going to do. We'll do our Q of the D. We're going to dive into things. As I said, news and noteworthy. All you need to know, shirts, decals, if you ordered them, they're coming. Shirts take a little bit longer. We just finalized our order yesterday or 2 days ago, and it takes about 2 weeks to get them to you. So please be patient with that. We appreciate you guys. Decals, did you ship them out today, tomorrow?
I didn't, because we are COVID house, so I can't do anything right now.
I knew it. Freaking knew it, this guy. Well, either I will get them from Paul and ship them out this weekend. We'll literally walk in with a hazmat suit.
They're right there.
They're
right there. But I'm also waiting. I am still waiting on the second order, so that should be here within the next 6 days. We ran out, guys. Dude. Okay, so the coolest thing about the decals,
too many decals.
I put this on my Instagram story. There was only one order on all of the orders that came in. There was only one order that had just one decal. Every single other order had two or more. And
somebody
I was like,
bought four.
I was like, dude, that is literally the coolest thing. So I really appreciate all of that, you guys.
You guys are awesome. So thank you so much for that. The deal for the show today is we want to talk about some of our favorite moments in 117 episodes of the podcast. Only 25 of which were not live, I believe. Right, Chaz? You came in at episode 25-ish. So the vast majority. Almost 100 episodes live. We're going to talk about like our favorite moments and experiences, some of the awesome people we met throughout this time. So it's a celebration. This house is built on memories and whatever that TikTok song is. Okay.
We built a city on rock and roll and very, very shoddy internet connections.
And zero rails. We got Fisherman T-Rex, $25 super chat. Thank you so much, man. Says thank you guys for all you do. Hey, much appreciated. If I haven't said it enough already, just the gratitude this past week has been amazing between the members only and just the post that we both made today. Like, hey, it's over. Like on YouTube, you guys gave us a bunch of comments. On Instagram, you gave us a bunch of comments showing the love. Nobody was like, thank God, get this show finally out of here. Finally, they wrapped it up. Jeez,
we're waiting for this for 2.5 years.
Imagine if somebody just said finally, like it's all they said. I would love it. That'd be amazing. I would heart it like every other comment. I'm just kidding. No, I would. All right, so let's get into the Q of the D, and then we're going to talk about some of our favorite moments here. So I'm going to jump in for Q of the D since you're typing some funny stuff.
Oh, I already got it.
Half of the notes, they're still there. Yes, half of the notes are Paul and I battling, and Chaz jumped in on this too. You guys don't know this. We write our show notes in Google Docs, and it's a live document that everybody can type in at the same time. So whenever I see Paul typing in there, I jump in and just start talking trash, and then we just get into a nice texting argument. We do not blast.
We do not leave the mothers out of it either.
No, we do not pull punches. Everything is fair game. We'll get there. Okay, so
I gotta call out Big Rich Fishing. Thank you, brother. $20 super chat, dude.
You guys are coming in hot today.
Can't tell you how much I appreciate it.
All right, so Big Rich Fishing says, showing the love for the new channel, #new chapter. Thank you so much for understanding and appreciating. You guys are freaking awesome. Tonight's gonna be fun. I love it.
All right, so Q of the D. The best off-brand, and depending on what you want to call it, either a pop or a soda. A cola, maybe even.
So it's like Faygo is not off-brand, right? It is off-brand? It counts?
Off-brand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. What about... no, we'll go with Faygo. I will say this. I have a special place in my heart for Faygo cream soda.
That's, dude...
Like just deep in my soul. I feel it in my soul. Every time I take a sip of Faygo cream soda, when it's like perfectly chilled, I was like, that is hands down
the best. Is Faygo off-brand?
I was asking you that. I don't know.
I'd be remiss if Rock and Rye didn't make the list.
Rock and Rye, dude. Yeah, because it totally could be a major brand, right? But is it really? Like every time you don't like go down the this is what we're saying. You don't go down the pop aisle, and I'm saying pop because we're Midwest here, okay? Yeah. Your soda aisle, right? You go down that aisle. You're not like, where's the Faygo at? You're just like, well, I guess I passed the Coca-Cola, and then there's the Faygo to your left.
What about Vernors? Is Vernors like a home? Because that's like Michigan only, isn't it?
Vernors is nationwide, isn't it? No?
Vernors is not nationwide.
Am I crazy?
No way it's not nationwide.
Am I insane?
That's not nationally distributed. There's no way. It's not. What? It's not. I think if you're in the South, you don't actually know.
Says nationwide.
BS.
They're in Cali.
Ours Jolt.
It's Jolt. No. The best off-brand fake pop is Splode, and it was that commercial for like the anti-tobacco commercials. It was like, open a can of Splode, and then they went bungee jumping, and they just blew up.
God. I just googled something. Apparently, there was a Dr. Dynamite. I don't even
Dr. Dynamite.
I don't even know what that is. You guys remember
Surge?
That was the worst. Surge was
Tab
delicious.
soda. Surge.
Tab is garbage. Isn't Tab just like diet soda where it's just like less soda flavor?
The only thing I remember about Tab, and I'm an 80s baby, was the movie Scrooged with Bill Murray. He like it's like it's the Christmas Story play, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, when the ghosts start coming and he gets like all freaked out, he pours a glass of vodka to the top, and then he shakily drops one drip of Tab into the cup. The most horrible mixed drink. It's basically how Paul makes his whiskey and ginger ales.
It's not that far off.
It's not far at all. Not even far.
I will say the worst one that I've ever had is the Meyer brand Mountain Dew.
Anything.
It is horrific.
Literally,
it is horrific.
Meyer brand.
Horrific. Yeah. And I Fishing with Graham said Brondo, not a soda, but Brondo. I like where it had. Yeah, that's the electrolytes from yeah.
More lights than your body can handle.
Yeah, it's what plants crave.
Energy. Good callback. Good callback. Yes. I love that. Vernors and Rum, aka the Naughty Gnome. I didn't know it was called that, but
I didn't either, but I'm digging
Vernors and ginger ale or Canada Dry. Fantastic, underrated mixers. Like fantastic.
Yeah, hold on. I thought Crown and Ginger was like a known. That was like one of the. Really?
No. What? There's nobody freaking orders that.
It must just be Canada.
No way.
It's probably just Canada.
It's a Canada thing.
It's got to be a Canada thing. If you haven't done it, if you haven't done it, you guys are definitely missing out. It's like that's the tops. That is like top of the top. Oh my god!
All right. So
pop and soda. The difference between pop and soda is where you live. If you're above if you're north of Kentucky, it's pop. If you're Kentucky or south, it's soda. Or if you're like the deep south, I think it's just a Coke. That's what it is, right? It's Coke.
I'll take a root beer Coke.
I'll take a
A cream soda, Coke, please.
Canada Dry.
A fizzy. Oh man,
we got a lot of poppers here and orange Coke. Oh god. All right,
all right. Everybody, sound off in chat. Are you pop or soda or Coke? See, Caro Ferg's Coke. We got pop. It's pop. Hashtag pop. Oh god, Coke. Yes.
What about so the we got a lot
pop
of
forever. Here we go,
good, man. This is good.
Fish and T-Rex. Coke. We got Dominic McDonald's soda. Matt Pearson soda.
Said come.
Whoa, that's not an option. Brian O soda. Bruce Wild. Soda's creeping back up. You got a lot of just.
Oh, whoa! The soda Cokes are just okay.
Dang.
Who in their right
South
mind?
came to play.
I have a question. Who in their right mind? Who in their right mind drinks Pepsi?
Nobody. Does anybody drink Pepsi?
Like who?
Sound off in chat.
Who drinks Pepsi? Did they die in 2001? Are they? They're gone, right?
They must have. They must.
If it weren't for Sprite, would they exist?
Purple drink. Jack and Coke. There you go. Good option.
But seriously, who drinks like when you go to a wedding? When you go to a wedding and it's like a Pepsi wedding, I want to walk out.
Who has a Pepsi?
Frank just said.
Wedding?
So that's a Canadian thing. Pepsi is like a mixer in Canada. That is how you know you're not in the U.S.
So is Clamato.
Nobody mixes anything with Pepsi.
Yeah.
Clamato's delicious, by the way. Yeah, Pepsi's trash. Okay, choice. I'm glad that everyone. I'm glad that. Okay, we at least got this. This is good. What was the Pepsi? Wedding. What was the old Pepsi? What was the old where they brought back the original sugar? What did they call that? They were like, "Hey, we'll make this horrible for you, and it'll still taste like crap." Do you remember?
I don't know. Was it because Mountain Dew did the same thing, didn't they? It was like pure,
but theirs was delicious,
sugar cane or something.
Yeah, but theirs was delicious. All right, what's what is your best off-brand cereal?
Oh man,
do you know the Shark cereal? It's like a shell-shaped yellow corn cereal. It's 10 times better than Captain Crunch. It's literally 10 times better than Captain Crunch. It is the most delicious cereal in the world.
Yeah.
Period. It's incredible.
Dude, I wish I could even think of one off-brand cereal right now.
Really?
Not a single one comes to mind. God. Not a like what do we mean by off-brand? Like again, you have to define off-brand for this. So I mean, are we talking like
off-brand is like store brand.
Right, so like the bulk section where they're in plastic bags at the front of the aisle. That's
exactly where you would get this one.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I gotta get my kiddo. I'll be right back.
You get like a bag of cereal feed. So, yeah. Malto meal? What? Dude, oh my gosh. I have no idea. Cinnamon toasters. Are they really called cinnamon toasters? What the freak? Malto meal. What is Malto meal? Like, I feel like I should know what this is. I'm Google searching it right now. Malto meal. What did I Google search during the members only live? Chaz, that you shouldn't Google search. There's something,
I know, but I don't want to say it.
What is this? Hot wheat? This is like cream of wheat, but off-brand. Does anybody still eat like cream of wheat? Is that like a thing for people?
Yeah, Westfall said it was a shocker, by the way.
What?
Shocker?
Oh yeah, don't Google search shocker. we were talking about Marvel villains, specifically Spider-Man villains. That was our cue of the D. And Paul called out the shocker, so I looked it up. Don't do that. It was a bad idea. Cream of wheat, malted meal, they're like the same thing. It's like just porridge. Like from the Goldilocks and Three Bears, okay? Yeah, oatmeal, that kind of thing, right? And oatmeal is still like a great option, but only if you get like the legit oatmeal, Quaker oatmeal or whatever it is, and only in maple brown sugar. It's like the only flavor that exists. But I will say this, the best version of like cream of wheat, porridge, oatmeal was the dinosaur eggs. Do you guys remember those? What? You remember cream of wheat?
No.
Oatmeal, right?
I know what oatmeal is.
It's a creamier version of oatmeal, essentially, without like all the oat flakes and stuff. But they made one that was like little dinosaur eggs, and then the egg would melt when you heated it up, and you would get like a little, basically pieces of candy in your cream of wheat.
I kind of don't hate it, but cream of wheat sounds horrific.
See, people get it. Yes to the dino egg. See, I am not alone. Everybody remembers those. As a kid, I'd be like, Mom, I want these. I get the dino eggs.
If you add dino to anything, it's like a 12 out of 10.
If you add sugar to anything, plus
well,
dinosaurs.
What health cereal is like, we'll make a dino? If they were smart, they'd do that, but they're all idiots because they make like healthy cereal.
They call it grape nuts. And
why
it tastes
can't
like
grape nuts
eating gravel?
The only people who did it right is Toasted Oats. Toasted Oats.
Toasted Oats. Yeah.
That cereal's so fire. The problem is if they made it look like dinos, everyone would eat it and everyone would be super healthy. But why can't they figure that out?
Yeah, or Cracklin' Oat Bran. That is a phenomenal.
That's the one that I was thinking.
cereal.
That's what I was thinking. It was Cracklin' Oat Bran.
Cracklin' Oat Bran. They just make it an O, and like they could have made it a shape, and everybody would eat it, and they'd have hella fiber in their diet and be very regular and happy and healthy. Healthy colons all around. All right, let's move into the show.
Regular. Oh my god. Jesus. Oh, and by the way, for everyone, the reason I have to run upstairs to be with my son is because it's not that I have COVID. My wife has COVID and she's quarantining so that my kids don't continue to get kicked out of daycare. So I am single dad.
Where
for
is
this
she
whole
quarantining?
Week. Basement.
Oh.
The only thing she doesn't have is a bathroom. So
does she have to go in that window? What are the easement or whatever?
Not the fire window. No, she doesn't have to go out the fire escape. No.
She has a bucket.
Puts the lotion in the basket.
Ipso facto, I better not see you upstairs.
The irony is I did switch the door handle on the basement so that the lock is facing outwards because I have kids and I don't want them to
lock it from the kids going down.
Door, so now I can lock her in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so bad.
And you stay down there. Oh no. Well, we're not talking about what's going on in the Glass household anymore. Let's move into the show. So we're going to talk about, again, our favorite moments from the last 117 episodes. So let's kick things off. Number one, Paul has on here is the OG pre-recorded episodes.
Dude, there is such a vast difference between the live shows and the pre-recorded shows. And I wanted to say something. Those pre-recorded shows,
it's PBS versus like ABC.
It literally took me like 45 minutes and minimum per episode to write those and like to come up with an idea because those are brutal. They were brutal.
The first 25 episodes we're talking about, you guys. It was before we went live, and you can look back at them. There's like bluegill facts, bass facts, talking about toothy critters.
Those ones are fun, but
we had a few interviews, but mostly and like few guests that we recorded, like Christine Fisher, which also comes up. But most of it was just like knowledge. It's just brutal. It's not like us. Like we don't like being that way.
It was brutal. And I will never forget the first two episodes. I mean, the crazy thing is like the show has always been exactly what a podcast probably should not be, which is like two morons with nothing to say doing a podcast. Like it's not good.
I feel like that's 99% of podcasts.
That's exactly what I say, but that's like not what it should be. So
here's the hilarious thing. My wife is on this, the mindset of men should not have microphones. There's like a whole trend on TikTok, which is like stop giving men microphones.
I don't think that's a trend. I think that's just, yes, 100%.
I have 3 podcasts, and I'm just like, take my microphone away.
Take it away. It should not have this.
Stop giving men microphones. They have nothing good to say. Not a single thing.
Well, we did talk about old pop, but yeah, for sure.
I mean, the only good thing about the show, as you guys know, I'll jump ahead here, is the Q of the D, and then what slowly became Slow Rolling Thunder. Like, I literally am on the show solely for those reasons. Nothing else matters to me. 100%. Like all that matters is
that's the only thing I spend any time on.
Dude, we have the most fun with Q of the D and with Slow Rolling Thunder. We hope you guys have fun with that too. P.S. On the new show, guess what's carrying over? Q of the D,
only the good
Slow Rolling Thunder.
Only the good stuff.
Actually, the new show is only Q of the D, immediately to Slow Rolling Thunder. It's 4 hours long. All we do is that. We basically on the new show.
Reason number 6,000 why men should not have microphones.
It's called Down the Rabbit Hole, and basically we die on hills, and we fight each other about off-brand pops.
The logo for the podcast is just 2 hills with 2 dead people on it.
I will die on this hill. You will die on that hill, and that is the end of it. I don't want to hear another damn thing.
You didn't tell your dad that we stopped the podcast?
Hey, Dad, what's up?
What?
Dad's in chat. Was I supposed to? I am 34 years old. Am I supposed to tell my father about everything that I do?
Every time you quit a business? I don't know.
What? I mean, there's too much to catch him up on. You know how many times I've quit a business? Get out of here, bro. I'll catch him up. It's Father's Day weekend, man. I'm going to catch him up this weekend. Don't worry about it. I'll talk to you later, Dad. You'll find out.
Next.
Anyways, so the Q of the D, Slow Rolling Thunder, absolute blast, always fun. Get you guys in chat participating. That's what makes it super fun.
Just like Lance likes to fish, who just landed 2 fish on a weightless exo stick while listening to the podcast live and gave us a $5 super chat. My boy,
hell yes! Congrats, bro.
Man.
Nice work.
That's awesome.
The exo stick does have some pretty rad action weightless. I don't know if you've ever fished them
in general, but yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's built to like move completely different. So I love them. All right. So got through those. How about the internet and your webcam and my MacBook?
Oh my God. There were so many episodes. There was a period of time. There was a period of time when we first started the show that I switched the way that like my internet works in my house. So I had like all these zones, right, set up like, oh,
you had a mesh system though.
And that's what I have. That's what I have. But I had there's like these pods, and the pods that like shoot out the internet beams. They were too close together, and so my computer was like, should I use pod number 1 or internet beams from pod number 2? I don't really know. And I was like, shut the hell up, podcast.
Can we do a new podcast where Paul just explains technology in a horrible, just terrible ways?
I knew exactly what was wrong, and I offered the fix to it the very first day.
And all of you guys know exactly what I'm talking about with the internet beams. So I had the internet beam machine was right over there, and it was doing what it was supposed to do. But my computer was so confused because I had one on the other side of the wall, and it was like, do I listen to beam machine number 1 or beam machine number 2? And it literally would just delete the internet and it would shut it down.
Too many beams.
I don't know who to talk to. I don't know who to believe. And literally, it would just die. I'm like, I bought a new computer. I did all this other stuff. And it turns out all I had to do was take Beam Machine out of here and put it in my basement. And literally the whole problem went away. And I never had an issue again. Unbelievable.
Wow. The internet.
But I had to literally had to have my cell phone and a charger and a standout for every show for when my internet took a dump at about 15-minute mark.
If only you listened to me the very first time.
Oh,
to be fair, Chaz, the way you explained it to Paul, I wouldn't have listened to you either.
Yeah.
Every time you explained it, we'd be like, whatever, Chaz, we got this.
Tell me, look, my beam machine is right over there. This shouldn't be a problem.
Beam machine, internet provided. What else do you need? Okay. Oh, we got Burly Hype Man _ needs someone to hype. Don't worry, bro. We're coming back. Just watch the recording.
Short hiatus.
What did you say? I can't hear an out of town coaching. Just wanted to drop in and say hello. Oh, he can't hear us. Well, we are talking mad smack about you right now specifically. No, we appreciate you, bro. Hopefully you watch like the recording later and you can hear what's really going on. But don't worry, someone to hype. Have fun coaching. You're awesome. So yeah, then from your internet problems, your webcam would never focus. Yeah, the squid move was the only way to do it.
That actually worked really good.
And then you became vertical blinds for a while. And then my MacBook started making me grayscale. And then like two of me, right?
These are the dumbest problems. These are problems that only people who are over 30 have. Like, let's be clear. Anyone under the age of 30 never has these problems. Like, listen, there's no way.
We know how the computer machine works. It gets the internet beams, and then it provides our moving pictures to the sky so that you guys can see it. We get it. We get it. Debo, what's up, bro? Thanks for showing the love, man. Appreciate you.
He's actually in Minnesota right now.
I saw that.
That's out of the bag.
Minnesota.
I chit chatted with him. So
Did you jump over with
there.
Sammy?
Oh
You
yeah,
doing
he
some
was there.
filmies?
I'm kind of sad he wasn't. Yeah, I'm sad he wasn't there because, dude, everyone bailed on me. Rudd bailed on me.
We didn't tell him this.
Gramps bailed on me, and then Devo didn't even try to get there. He just was like, "I'm not even gonna bail on him. I'm just not gonna go. I'm gonna go the
Basically,
next. I'm gonna
Paul
go the
hates
next.
everyone.
I'm gonna go the next week. F that guy."
Yeah. Oh, he's home now.
Oh, he's
yeah,
already back. Holy smokes!
As you guys know, Paul went on a trip last week, and he's dumb, and he caught big fish because he's dumb, and they were dumb big fish, and that's why we didn't have the show last week. And when he came back, I was like, "That's it. I hate you so much. We're ending it, and that's why we're doing this now, right?" No. But he went there. There was supposed to be a bunch of folks, and like just stuff came up for everybody, and even like Rick and Rafi weren't there. So
Stuff came up for everybody. They found out I was going, and they were like, "I'll go next week. I'll go 5 days later."
Do you think less people would have come if I had been going too? Like the two of us, they were like,
It'd
"We're
be
not
harder
putting
to
up with these
dream that.
dorks."
Like even Sam's like, "I'm not going." It's like it's at your house. It's like, no, I won't be there.
He's like, "I left a camera, keys under the mat. Figure it out."
Film yourselves. Take a pic.
And before
Dude, I got
tonight's
it.
show, we actually have to get couples therapy for both
Oh,
Jeff and
God.
Paul so they can be on together.
Oh god,
What'd you
I
say?
did actually get to use Sam's camera, like his very fancy camera.
Oh, really?
A whole bunch.
10
Yeah, the
pound one?
video,
Just
the
like-
video that drops,
Yeah.
the video that drops Friday will have that, and it's kind of awesome. Oh, biggest fish of the trip came on the Ned rig.
Who's a nerd? Who's a
I
nerd?
love it.
You know it. That's awesome, dude. Love it.
Greg Lord just asked if I saw the 8-pound smallie caught on Cuyahoga Lake in New York, and I did, and that was during a tournament. That was during a freaking
Whoa.
tournament. Season opener in New York, 8-pound, and I think it was 5.8 ounce smallie was just caught. Probably a state record for New York. Freaking unbelievable. And literally, when I saw the picture, it's funny. I thought the guy was like super long arming it. Like it looks like it's hilariously long armed.
Yeah.
He's like got it behind his back, basically. It's a
He's holding it
freaking.
backwards.
The thing is, it's a smallmouth, and so
Yeah.
their heads don't get any bigger, right? It's not like a
Right.
largemouth, like
Just
where the
their
fish just keeps
body.
growing. No,
Yeah.
it's all body. The thing
Yeah.
looks like it swallowed like 7 pigeons. It's huge.
He swallowed
It's
7 linebackers. It's just, it is
Dude,
now playing
it's
professionally for the
It
NFL.
is incredible. Yeah, and Greg Lord called it 30-pound bag with 5 fish. Freaking
Damn,
unreal,
dude.
including an 8-pounder. Yeah, they won. So very cool.
Yeah.
Good call out. That should have been. We tried news and noteworthy. It was too much work. That would have made it though.
Here's another favorite moment. Tom Allred, not Alfred, is here with saying, "What up, y'all? Thanks, brother, for being part of the Burly
Yes,
Bunch
sir.
Elite for 5 months." One of my favorite things is that I never pronounce people's names right ever, and some of them I kept mispronouncing for like multiple episodes.
Like a year.
I called Tom Allred Tom Alfred for like 30 episodes because he was always in there talking. Like, "Yeah, Tom Alfred, what's up? What's going on, man?" Like, freaking just
God.
let it ride, baby. I don't know how to say names. Terrible
Yeah.
person.
It's
My
not
first
good.
name, maybe.
But my next moment that I thought was pretty cool was getting Christine Fisher on. I remember trying to reach out to her and being like, "Oh, she'll never talk to us. We've done like 4 podcast episodes at this point.
It was
Like, this is
early.
silly. It was
like
super
episode
early on.
6,
We were
7?
still pre-recording. It we were not good." And she, we got a hold of like her agent, which I was like, "Yeah, this is not going anywhere." And then she totally was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And I was like, "Man, they don't do any research." And thank God, because it was a ton of fun.
Excuse
And
me,
that
real
was
quick.
like,
How many
yeah.
rails are on that show?
there are
Is
like
there-
4 rails on that show.
4 rails on that show?
But on that,
At
only
time,
on
we had
that
rails.
one. At that, we had them on that one. It was really cool though. But yeah, that was pretty awesome. And yes,
That was
Devo,
like-
that's right.
Yeah, that was like landing a superstar guest for us. We
No,
were
at the
just like,
time, I was like, "Oh my god,
my
there's no
God."
way!" And
Yeah.
unbelievable.
and since then, we landed a bunch of really cool people, and we made a whole bunch of friends, which is like one of my next
Yes.
favorite things about this entire process is we made a bunch of really good buddies, all of which I can't even say all the names right now, but some are on here right now. Fishing with Gramps, amazing, helped us raise a bunch of money with autism awareness. Debo, who's been on multiple times and has hosted the show for us multiple times, freaking the man.
Hold it down.
Bass Geek, hanging out with him all the time, man. That guy is a blast. We've got on calls off the air with him. Like, dude is awesome. Always there, kind of like pumping us up, having a blast. And apparently we got him pumped up, which is cool. Like, he re-engaged all of his socials, and just now he's kicking ass and taking names.
Oh my god,
he is
he's such a monster.
And then Ethan, who we didn't even know was like next door. I mean, at the time, I lived like very, very close to him. Now I don't, but like he's 2.5 hours away from us. We didn't even know Online Outdoorsman like existed in our state. And then everybody's like, you should go talk to him. You should go talk to him. And then we finally did. Turns out he's like the coolest 6'10" person I've ever met.
I don't even know how that happened.
I think it was like Dave Ellers and maybe a few others just kept saying, dude, I watch this channel all the time. You guys should talk to him. You should get him on the show. And we finally did. And it was a blast. And that has turned into like a business relationship. And now
he's one of my favorite people on the internet.
Yeah. Like, and we're still going to do in September, I think, the river cleanup. Like that's on the docket and is not going anywhere. We're going to have
it's like a grill out
meetup.
It's like a grill out.
It's a meetup, but we're going to clean and then we're going to grill.
and I'm assuming we're going to
probably
fish.
Just grill.
Probably just fish
and clean and grill. It's a 14-hour day. You guys don't question it. It's gonna be fine.
Oh jeez. There's like basketball commentary going on. Like I like that GFON like pretty much holds it down for sports. Like no one else talks about sports at all. I guess Debo occasionally, but it's mostly college and then Chicago Bulls. But like GFON is like the only one who will like hold it down for like the sports folks. I love it, dude. That's awesome.
Ooh, I want to call it a moment that was not on this show. That was probably one of the most fun podcasting moments I've ever had in my life. It was when we podcasted with Monster Bass, and we were on the porch in Houghton Lake.
Oh yeah,
we're in Houghton Lake, and like you and I were drinking Steel Reserve, and everybody else was like just being everybody was being a freaking dork.
I had this giant cup just filled with cherry Steel Reserve, and I was on my third one. Like it was not.
we were just having the best time of our lives, and then you guys started calling in. Like that's how it relates to this show. You guys started calling in. Chaz, you called in?
Yeah.
Chaz called in. You guys called in, and like we just took over the show. It was a freaking blast.
That was pretty cool. Well, yeah. But
we almost didn't go live. We were late, and then you guys like took over the show. It was freaking awesome. And I've also like even since then never done a podcast outside, and I want to do more podcasts outside.
We did try to do one in a pool. It didn't. We never got invited.
We tried to invite ourselves to be on a podcast with Boat, BOTE, the inflatable company, because they do their podcast in a pool
and on a giant floaty. What do we call it? We called it like it's like a floating conference table. Yeah, they weren't having it. No, it's the one with the chairs. It's like a conference. It's like a conference table because it has like chairs and cup holders and the whole.
Can you imagine having just business?
Dooley goes Paul's ghost legs. Just so you guys know, there's nothing I can do about it. So it is what it is.
He's translucent. What do you want?
What do you want from me? I literally am what I am.
Translucency. All right, leave him alone. How dare you, B. Dooley? How dare you? Okay, so those are super great things for sure. How about the movie and the video game stuff?
Oh, dude,
how about where we started just sharing our nerd colors? We just started like talking about like 80s.
We went in deep, man. We were talking about like video games. We went best Sega games. Like that's how you know it's devolved and gone down a black hole. When you're talking about like the console that people don't even know still like existed, like.
Listen, there's a Sega Virtual Console on the Nintendo Switch. Still relevant. Still relevant. But yeah,
I think so. Yeah. Devo just said the faux fighter flesh dash. The alliteration on that is outstanding. But I think that mine is, if not equally as good, potentially better. Mine is solid.
Ooh, bold claim.
It's got life to it, my guy. It's got life to it. Okay.
Listen, I have a much more full mustache than Paul. However, he is like the only male that I've ever encountered on more than one basis who constantly like slurps from his mustache. Like he'll take a sip and just. I don't do that. I don't do that.
I get a little extra and I come back in and I go, I'll do it right now. See you come with the water.
He's the only person on a consistent basis that I see with a mustache that does that. It's just so
what
bad.
though? I have realized that I always want my mustache to be longer than whatever facial hair is going on with the chin.
You
So
got
I
a soul
do
patch going on right now? Like, what do you got going on?
This is very normal. Hold on.
Very normal. Very normal.
Very normal.
Okay.
Say again?
It's the business goatee.
Yeah, the BT.
The BT.
Oh God.
Oh
This is good.
no.
All right.
Hey, Rip
I
the
love
rails out, baby.
I love the movie episode too. Here's the thing.
The
I
movie
usually
episode is so fun.
I usually spend somewhere 15-20 minutes prepping for a show. Roughly, just in general for a general show. I spent an hour and a half writing both of those shows.
Yep.
The two nerd shows. That was so much fun.
That's how intense we go, baby. Like, and yeah, it's just the power of like recall and nostalgia just flies out in those.
The movie episode just honestly, we could have done that 4 more times. No problem.
We could have a whole new podcast of that. In fact,
Easily.
you guys, the new podcast is this. It's just called Two Dudes No Rails, and we're just doing
Make
movies.
a Burly gaming channel.
2 dudes, 1 rail. This can't be right.
I said no rails. No.
Nope. There's gotta be one.
It's 2 dudes, 1 rail.
1 rail.
Don't Google that. Google that.
We have absolutely.
Do not.
I know this is the last episode, but we've abandoned all pretense of like. This is why we shouldn't have microphones. All right,
burn it down. Don't give them microphones.
My next moment from the show was when the guy from BFO Bates is like 300 yards away from the camera. It was literally on the other side of a hallway, but he still had the tracking cam. So it was like if he nodded, the camera was like, "Yup."
While
making baits too, so you couldn't hear.
Literally dial in, and all you could hear was a microwave.
First 15 minutes, he's shooting plastics and microwaving plastisol, and we're like, "Hey, buddy, we're going live in 30 seconds." And then we
he literally could not have cared less. He
persevered.
Was like, okay.
We persevered.
I'm not changing a darn thing, but yeah, sure.
We made that friggin' episode work. Listen, it happened. Okay, how about what's his name?
No one makes a turtle like that guy does.
No, exactly. Who's the dude with the kayak accessories that you liked for your old town? Is it Craig? Is his name?
Oh, Hefner. Craig
Early on, one of the first lives, he like tuned in from a Nokia.
His garage. And it was an iPad, and he was using internet beams from his house.
Worst internet. His internet beams very weak. didn't have enough internet beams. It's the most glitchy.
He needed an internet beam pod in his garage.
Not two. Just one beam pod. The internet beam machine was not functioning properly for him. If it had been, you would have actually seen his face and not one pixel that was flesh toned. Because that's all that we got for the podcast.
It was like watching Live 007 from like Nintendo 64. Like, is that Odd Job? I don't know.
It was like the original version on N64 after you found it in a garage covered in dust and you put it into a CRTV. You're just like, okay, this is gonna. Yeah. No, you didn't even blow on it. It had the dust mites in it. It probably had cockroaches in it. You played it anyways. It was 4 pixels wide. Like that's all you get.
He looked like an RCP-90 that someone set on the back wall.
It would just be like we would say something and we'd literally wait 30 seconds. It was the worst live.
And it was Skype too, man. It was Skype.
Oh like, yeah. How about Skype? For my least favorite moments of the
that was such crap.
Let's hear it for Skype.
Remember when we used to get bombed from people just saying crap in chat? They would just say crap. It'll literally just like spamming the word crap.
We had to ban the words crap and poop. I'm saying it. I don't care. It's the last episode. Like, just children would pop into chat, say that. We would lose monetization status and just be
crap poop.
Inundated. And then kids would come in and they'd be like, say yeet.
Yeah, they would.
We haven't had that since. Somebody say yeet. Look,
time.
Joshua Simpson's got it. He gets
God dang it.
Crap poop.
Crap poop is back. All right, cool.
You called the crap poop.
Oh
god. Who cares? Whatever.
I also put like the first live show because really, You know what? I would like to
hang
know
on.
who
Before we get into that, I don't want to miss them. So we got Greg Lord, member for 14 months of the Snorlax crew. Thank you so much, brother. The episode with Justin Royal while he was feeding deer. Yes, my daughter asked to see the bearded guy with the deer for weeks. Hopefully you guys subscribe to his channel. Justin Royal, also a fantastic human being who we met thanks to this show. And yeah, the first time we met him, we just like popped in and talked to him before the show. He was feeding deer then. And then it happened. He was like, it's going to happen to the podcast. Don't worry. And then it did. It was phenomenal. And I will say, ever since I moved out to the freaking boonies, you guys, I feed deer all the time. Like they just come right up to my yard. They'll come up to the window. They're not even afraid of us anymore. We're just like, hi. The only problem with that is ticks. You don't want to get like too many of them around you. But
my brother at one point, we had deer in our backyard, and he was like, "I'm going to scare those deer away." Grabs an apple and an orange and throws them at the deer, and I was like, "Are you okay? You realize you just threw them a buffet? Like you were literally, it's an invitation to come closer. That's all you did, you idiot." Oh man, city people. Man. I don't know. What do you even do? Some people's kids. I would say my next one is like the first live show. I would like to know how many people were doing a live when we switched over to live. Because I don't think it was that many.
Yeah, I think Rudd was Debo, were you live at that time? He might have been. There was definitely a bunch of other folks that joined afterwards, but there was probably like a core group like a smaller core group that were doing lives. So, I mean, obviously we're not sitting here saying we were first. Okay. We started a trend, but we are saying we started kind of early on. And it was a blast.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, we held off for so long. And honestly, it wasn't even on our radar when we did the first 25 episodes. And basically, Chaz comes. This goes into my next favorite moment. Chaz comes out of freaking nowhere, you guys. We told the story a little bit before. So Chaz comes out of nowhere. He Facebook messages me. And first of all, I don't know about you guys. I don't check Facebook messages that much, but I saw it and I was just like, "Is this guy for real?" Or and in my head, I was running scenarios. I was like, "What's the worst case scenario? He's not for real. He's a scammer. He wants to take down my channel. He's just yanking my chain. Like something's going on here." So I message him back and I'm like, "What do you mean? Like what could we possibly do here? Like what would this look like?" He starts talking about going live. He's like, "I'll run the show. I'll do all these things." I was like, "Do I owe you $10,000?" He was like, "No." I was like, "You're lying. You lying." I like you.
You lying? Yeah.
So I just go like, okay. So we hopped on a call, talked about logistics of it. And like Paul and I probably resisted a little bit. We were like, "Do you want to go live? Do you want to do that?" And then we finally were like, yeah, actually that would be a blast. Like this could be a lot of fun.
I'm still waiting for my bank account to get hacked. I don't know how it's going to happen. Well, like I'm sure it will.
Chaz on the long play. Like 7 years later on the third iteration of our podcast, Chaz goes, "Gotcha, suckers." And he just yanks like 100K.
Yeah. And actually, you know what? It's
literally taking possession of your home at this very moment.
It's just back pay, so it's actually kind of fine.
Oh, look at this. Greg Lord Outdoors with the super chat for $20. Thank you so much, my friend. Podcast has helped me get through a 12-hour, 700-mile road trip to get my yak and a 10-hour round trip to trip for salmon in New York. That's awesome. First of all, super jealous. Much love and can't wait for the future. Thanks a lot, man. Much appreciated. Yes. I don't know why you're listening to us even while you drive, but I appreciate it. It always baffles me. Just consider somebody listening to you while driving. I mean, I listen to podcasts exclusively in the car. That's what I do. Jeez, you guys. Okay. So hang on. So Bruce Wild, he's got to jump. Snorlax crew for 15 months. Whoa, dude. Cheers to that. Got to jump on a college seminar. RIP. Can't wait for the new podcast to start. Just bless his soul. I'm so sorry. Enjoy, man. Much appreciated. Thanks for showing up for a bit today. And then we got Army Outdoors. Of course, Ralph came in with a super chat for $20. I want to call it out. Ralph has won a lot of giveaways, but he won a giveaway on our members only that was actually a pretty big one, and he chose to pay it forward. What a freaking man. And he comes forward with a super chat for $20 as well. Much appreciated, man. Thank you so much. Definitely gonna miss the OG live. Hey man, just keep it in your memories. It's still
Now we'll
still
just have the new G live.
New G live with more internet beams.
When we rebrand at the very start, I'm going to mess up on purpose so it looks like we just started all over again.
You gotta start
Nothing changed. I'm gonna be like,
where are the beams? Send the beams. Anyways, he says, but definitely excited to see what's to come. I've learned so much from you guys and was happy to fish with you, Jeff. It was a blast, man. We got to get you out with Paul at some point, and then hope to do it again this summer. Absolutely. Just hit me up and keep up the amazing work. Much appreciated. If you guys don't know this, Paul does this thing and he just never gives up on a joke. Like never gives it up. He would hold that pose for 30 minutes just to spite me.
Acknowledge me.
You don't say anything. You got to see. Oh man, we got to get a camping trip this summer. Like,
really do.
Campfire shenanigans. We should film. I feel like that could just be a video. But anyways,
this is why we can't have
these
freaking microphones.
This is why men shouldn't have microphones. How many times do I have to say it?
Can we talk about the. Say it again. We need to talk about. We should talk about. All right, go ahead, Jeff. What do you got?
I just wanted to finish up the Chaz thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
It culminated in the birth of Chaz, as I wrote it in our show notes, which was where he came in as Chad, and then the show started, and he became Chaz. Do you remember doing that? We were like, "What's his name? What are we going to call him?"
Oh no, I'll never forget it because we called him Wizard of Oz. Yeah, and I was like, "No, Chaz, bye. You're welcome." _OZ.
_OZ.
Oh,
sorry, and before we go forward, Rob Harrison with another super chat at $25. What did I say? You guys, today is freaking blast. You guys are awesome. Okay, gotta jump in on the love. Thank you so much, man. You guys taught me so much. Can't wait for the future. If you guys learned some stuff so far, guess what? And this is the only teaser I can really give for the new podcast. You're gonna learn a lot on the next iteration of what is Burly Fishing and what is this podcast.
And so am I.
And so are we with you. There you go. That basically gave away the premise. Anyways, then we got Rockablades, member for 12 months, Snorlax crew. You were freaking awesome, man. This podcast helped me keep my job when I was first dealing with the PTSD going off the rails after my service dog died. Holy shit, man. You guys are amazing, even in all those early podcasts. And Chaz is the man. Dude, I don't even know what to say to that, man. Cheers to you, brother. Thank you so much. I got nothing to say. Wow. You just hopped us back on the rails. Now, let me assist us getting off those rails again. Let's carry forward. What else? You're awesome, man. Thank you so much for that. Okay, where are we at on here? Dude, how about
Autism Anglers?
We can jump to that, yes. So the Autism Anglers, Autism Awareness Drive. Speaking of, I don't know how to feel about something.
Yes.
I literally, I'll tell you guys this. I got off that drive when we found out we raised $3,000 for autism awareness for a great group. Fantastic dude. Don's the freaking man. Autism Anglers is amazing, and they do amazing things for children living with autism and parents, and assisting them with what is a very, as I can say personally, a very difficult thing to do. Your child is essentially reacting to things differently. They don't know how to regulate their emotions the same way, right? It's just not the same. And you can't just be like, stop screaming. That doesn't work, right? So it's a very difficult thing to deal with, and to have an organization like that and many others, like Cats for Kids, CLICKBAIT Co. does amazing things. To have all these groups of awesome people doing awesome things in this industry of which we love is amazing. And on that podcast, you guys helped us raise $3,000, and I just we hung up, and I just sat there. I think for 15 minutes. I didn't even do anything. Didn't look at my phone. Didn't move. I was just like, what? What just happened? So I get all emotional about it right now. That was
insane.
Cool.
It was.
So cool.
And huge.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and huge shout out to Monster Bass, Devo, Gramps held it down.
They hung out with us 3.5 hours.
Well, they donated their stuff.
Yeah, there was 20 giveaways. like 20 giveaways that night. We were just like, here, we're doing giveaways tonight, by the way. I didn't mention that at the beginning. We're
doing a big one. We got a big one.
I've got 2 lined up from me, and then we've got a $25 Monster Bass gift card as well.
Yeah.
And we'll throw some Ned Rig Nerd decals in there too, because I still have those, and we're out of Flip Around and Find Out, so I can't give you those. Well, maybe we'll have some extras. I don't know.
I should have bought more. I'm mad that I didn't buy more.
I literally told you. So Paul goes, I can get 50 for this much, 20 for this much. I was like, do it up, baby. And he goes,
thought you meant 20. I thought you meant less.
I was like, Chaz, what does do it up mean?
I actually asked.
Or.
I asked. Oh no! I asked.
You said this or this, and I go do
it
up.
Or very ambiguous.
5.
I was like this one to this one. You're like, yeah, go.
I said do it up.
And then I said how many, and you were like, yeah, sure. Very cool. I have receipts. I have receipts.
I have the text.
We don't need to look them up. No, we don't need to look them up. No, we don't need to get our phones out. We don't need to look them up.
I have receipts. I don't want to look at them right now.
Moving on. My next favorite moment was for sure.
anyways, so the Autism Angler Tribe was amazing. Tagging on to that was the CLICKBAIT Co episode as well, and Cast for Kids. Like we had episodes with all those organizations. It was awesome. That bass fishing dude as well. Again, just all these people doing amazing things for humanity, like just for other people. And it's just really cool to see and to be a part of, and to have said, we participated in some fashion, right? But really it's you guys. Like you guys did such a massive donation. It was awesome. It was amazing. I'll remember that forever. And that goes down like as a gold standard of moments for me in the history of this podcast, this channel, and everything that we do. So thank you for that. Right. That was awesome. I do want to jump off the rails again for a second. The first episode we did, I actually want to call out the first episode we did, not the first live show, the hotel episode.
Yes.
So the birthplace of this podcast was actually Houghton Lake, Michigan. We went there ice fishing. And if you guys know, Houghton Lake is like one of the big, next to Lake St. Clair, like the biggest landlocked lake that we have.
It's the biggest one inland. It's the biggest inland.
Inland, thank you. Sorry. Inland lake that we have. Massive. And we ice fished it on foot. And everybody was on 4-wheelers and Jeeps, and they would keep driving up to us and going like, is something wrong with you? Like, are you guys okay? Because the first
sweating,
day,
and we had hand augers.
It was a blizzard. We were hand augering. We didn't have a shelter. We didn't have a pop-up shelter or anything. And
I was getting wrecked at 20-mile-per-hour winds. Just getting
dragging our sleds.
Abused.
and fishing spoons in 120 feet of water.
Just blind. It's the most insane.
And I didn't even have a fish finder at the time.
It's the most insane thing you can do.
Listen, guys, it was a blast. I had a great time. And what ended up happening was, like, that night we get back. I caught, at the time, my PB crappie through the ice, and I had been getting wrecked because I didn't have like sonar. It was like my second ice fishing trip. I didn't know anything. I didn't have any idea what I was doing. So I was getting frustrated, but finally, like, you and I started getting into some perch. We caught a massive crappie, and
I caught a huge bluegills.
And we got some big bluegills. So we went to the hotel and we cooked them up in the hotel room. We just opened up the window.
So I used a
jet boil or something.
Yeah, basically. I used a backpacking stove, heated up some oil, and we cooked up like 4 fish or whatever.
Yeah. Like it was
with very old pizza that we ate.
We ate very old pizza. And therefore we named the first episode Fried Crappie in, and Charles correct to be on this, a 1-star hotel.
It was an American inn, and it was the biggest POS, man. That place, it was upgraded by me cooking fish next to the TV.
The smell improved tenfold. Okay, tenfold.
The breakfast was horrendous.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, everything was terrible. You know what? I know we're killing our sponsorship opportunity with them right now. With American Inn. You know, they contacted me. They were like, look. So anyway, so that was like our first episode. What we did was I brought a microphone, and first of all, men shouldn't have those. Okay. So I had a microphone and I plugged it into my laptop, and we just sat on the hotel bed with the microphone and the laptop in between the beds. And we just talked about fish. I don't even know what the context.
It was like how we got into fishing, and it was that was what I mean by like it's exactly what a podcast should not be. It was like total dog crap. Yeah,
it was absolutely
rambling mess.
Absolutely
horrific.
trash.
Oh my god, it was bad. It hurts my feelings thinking about it. I don't like thinking about myself from 2 years ago. Oh, so bad.
We learned a lot along the way, and that means that episode 1 of Mystery Future Podcast is going to be that much better.
Well, you know what?
We should do.
So this is episode 117. Instead of an episode 1, it should be episode 118.
But it's like the first episode on that new podcast.
Yes, but it's episode 100.
Platforms.
It's episode 118.
And then the next episode is episode 2. And we just totally jack the whole thing up. I'm with it. Don't give men microphones or the internet.
Stop saying jack it up.
Jack it up.
Oh god! Hey, that's actually a good idea.
Season 8, episode 62. Right. Season 69, episode 420. Is going to be the first episode.
Oh my god! We're not keeping this. We got to keep this under 2 hours.
No.
One of my. Well, I could. One of my other. This is definitely probably the top 10 moment, and it actually gets brought up a lot. Is Jaws? We're in the middle of an episode. We're like 100 episodes in. We're in the middle of a show, and Jaws is a pro.
We're pros.
He's a pro. Jaws is a pros pro. He stands up to go to the bathroom, and he puts his hand on the desk, and he hits the mute button, and then he just walks out, and we're trying to tell him like this is exactly what happened. I'm shouting on mute. He can't. All he can. It's just the screen. He has no idea because he wears headphones. So we're like screaming at him to come back, and no one knows what's going on at all.
Everybody in chat is like, "What happened?"
I don't want to speculate on what he was doing in there, but it took him like 10 minutes, and then we were like,
a while. It was 3 minutes. But
okay,
you gotta tell him the context of this. Chaz had a broken ankle at the time, or broken foot. Like, so if you guys don't know this, Chaz breaks the most bone. If he had a superpower,
we actually found out that
breaking bones,
but only when we don't have a show.
Yeah, only when we don't have a show.
Yeah, because I broke my big toe last Thursday.
He broke his big toe last Thursday because we didn't have a show. So he blames us. Every time we take a week hiatus, he breaks something. And
Chaz has a co-producer fishing the Southeast. It's his cat. And it didn't help at all.
His cat should be fired.
Yeah.
At least pay reduced.
Yeah,
less catnip.
Doc is pay.
Cat was full on catnip. Could not pay attention to anything. Couldn't even see buttons. Was just like, whatever. You're muted. I don't care. Yeah. Also, just natural cat behavior of like, good.
F you. I meant to. I would have muted you if I could have.
I'm muting you now. Just mute.
Yeah. Dude, that was priceless. It gets brought up constantly. It'll never leave us.
It really does. What doesn't get brought up ever
is not enough. This one doesn't get brought up nearly enough.
How is this not down? This moment did not go down in infamy. Drives me absolutely nuts. What happened,
off
Paul?
The wall. It blows my mind. Okay, so the moment that we're talking about, we went on a trip with the Monster Bass team out to the St. Lawrence, and Smallmouth Crush was there, and he kind of like, showed us around his backyard, which is that amazing body of water. And
you can say the body of water.
I did, St. Lawrence. And so we get back and we're like, hey, you should get on our show, we should get on your show. And we're like, oh yeah, absolutely. So he comes on our show, we had a good time.
Yeah.
And then a couple weeks later, we all of us, like Larry Melton Jr., like Epic Eric, I think Rick was on there, like everybody that went on the trip, it's like 7 people went on his show. Even the guy who was like the guide who had COVID and like actually had horrific symptoms was there. Will was there. And it was insane. But here's the thing.
What's the thing?
It devolved.
We ruined the show.
It evolved so quickly. Like the show normally takes 2 or 3 hours. We were about an hour and a half, hour 45 in, and literally Jeff was the host. A whole like 75% of the people, including Smallmouth Crush, had signed off of their own volition, not announcing, just hung up on the show. And it was me, Jeff, and like 3 other people, and I realized I was
Travis's
like,
producer.
and yeah, Travis's producer, and I'm like, I'm one of the people left, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna hang up now because I don't want to be holding the bag. So I just like hung up and like walked out.
If you guys had any question over like Paul's loyalty to me, it was answered on that show when he just left me hanging. And then Travis's producer bailed out too. I was the last one on that show.
I was still there in chat, Jeff.
There's no way
you were there in chat.
Yeah.
There's no way. There's no way that I have to assume that guy absolutely hates us.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we're never going to talk to Travis again. But like he signed off, his producer signed off, everybody left me. I was the last one on and it was still going live. So I was like, I don't even know how to end this. So I just said, go subscribe to Burly Fishing and I hung up.
Oh man.
Yeah. Westfall was there. Some of you guys remember this. Like it was such a train wreck.
I don't even remember like why or how it got so bad, but like people were just like, yeah, I guess I'm done. And like,
I think it started when Rick started egging on Travis to talk about cryptids and stuff.
I just assumed an ethereal wins. I assumed that was going to be the basis of the entire show when I got on. Like I assumed it was going to be really fun. We were doing. There's no way that we were going to talk about fishing.
Yeah, not at all.
Because we even got with that on our show as well. Into the cryptids.
Yeah. It was the least, probably the least views Travis has ever had on his life. And like it fell apart so hard.
Oh man, I gave it my all. You know.
So Nathan Parliament says his show sucked on our channel. I don't even remember that. Did it?
I remember being like, I remember. Well, I believe it. I remember him coming on our show and being like, because he's such a a heady fisherman. Like he really knows his stuff and he gets like so into the details.
Yeah. I do remember. Yes,
he's a really good fisherman. And I remember it was like 2 weeks before his show. We had him on like 2 weeks before our show. And
both
I remember
of those were a long time ago.
Yeah. And I remember
years ago. And
I remember being like, man, he's gonna hate our show because our show is like, tell me your favorite flavor of ice cream and what kind of pants you like to wear. And his
how
is
much
like
ice cream you eat at a time.
Hair jig rods and I mean all, which is great. I mean it's all very impressive, but like we have different vibes. But yeah, dude, we had some weird stuff happen in that show. It was insane. He's absolutely too good of a fisherman for me. He's just the man. I'm embarrassed. That guy can catch fish freaking out of a bathtub. He's incredible.
Watching him hype up at the end of the day. I think it was day 1 or day 2. He literally like hammered a smallmouth and was like, "That's why they call me smallmouth crush." And he like yoinked it out of the water. I was like, "Okay, dude." Okay.
Yeah, bro. Oh yeah, man. He was getting after it. I love it though.
Good job.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, dude, that episode. If you guys can, I don't know if it exists anywhere.
I don't know if it exists either.
if you guys get a chance, go to Smallmouth Crush's channel and go dig for it. Yeah, Chad's gonna try and find it. Share the link. You guys need to watch this.
You've got 7 hours to spare. Go on there.
It was maybe it was 2.5 hours.
2.5, 3 hours.
2.5, 3 hours. You can fast forward to the fun parts, but like, dude, just watch the
first 40 minutes and the last 40 minutes are really where it's at.
I think the first 40 minutes he went live by himself because I hopped in and I was just sitting there and he was like, well, it looks like everybody's coming in now. And then he started like letting us in, but he had been live for like 30 minutes.
And when Epic Eric came on, that was a whole. Oh no!
Oh, it's in chat. There. You guys, there you go. You're welcome. I'm gonna rewatch it.
That was insane. I can't believe that happened. And then going on Bass Geek Show was a revelation. I had so much fun. I have a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun going on Debo's show. But when we got on the Bass Geek Show, I didn't know what to expect. I don't think he did either.
Even I was on that one.
And it was, dude, it was a freaking. Dude, we were cracking up the whole time. It was too much fun.
So fun. Yeah. So again, Bass Geek, phenomenal human being, fantastic content creator.
Just getting after it. The dude's just getting after it. He's just happier than a pig in shit. I love it.
Exactly.
I love it.
So that was a blast. Having him on our show was a blast. Dude he's awesome. Because after he was on our show, then he messaged us like right afterwards. He was like, dude, you guys got me hyped up. And then he started like ramping up his content.
I was
again.
like making reels. He's all over it, dude. I freaking love it.
We stayed on with him. I think it was one of the longest post-show times we hung out. Because there have been time, guys, where we've had a guest and immediately post-show, they hang up and we're done.
Or someone will disconnect them.
Which is fine. Or we'll just say bye. And there's also times where we'll have a guest stay after for like an hour or two. Like it's insane. So there's like a whole post show unrecorded that's just a blast. So that was cool. I already said every Q of the D and slow rolling thunder. Those are obviously. How about the complete lack of rails on this show and the fact that we're transitioning to one rail? How do we feel about that, Paul?
Dude,
I agree. I don't like boring podcasts. I don't.
I would agree with that. It's actually, though, I'll be honest with you guys, like as somebody who listened to a lot of podcasts, and like I actually thought about making a fishing podcast a long time ago, which is why we did the podcast so early on. Yeah. Because I was actually looking for good fishing podcasts and could not find one. All of them were like fly fishing related. There were like none for bass fishing, and none of them were good. They were all so
Rosenbauer.
bad.
Here to put you to sleep.
Oh my Lord! I mean,
I know everything, but good night.
I almost died 1,000 times listening to Tom Rosenbauer. I actually like the show, but like, dude, I mean,
it was great information.
Dry, and so, but it's really, I guess, back to my point. It's really hard to do something like once you've made something. It's really hard to go back and be like, you know what? We're gonna remake this show. And we're going to do something unique, and it's going to be good. Like if that was easy, everyone would do it. And it's really hard, man. It's actually really hard to like self critique and be like, you know, what sucks about our show, and the reason we're not like famous and millionaires is because X, Y, and Z. I mean, obviously the intangible is like I'm translucent and it doesn't show up on camera. Other than that, it's hard to pinpoint.
It's called the X Factor. Nobody else has that.
Who else has a mustache? It's just really there's one guy. One guy, Seth Biter, and like he might have all my popularity, but whatever.
He's not even that cool. He's not even that good at fishing.
But like you look back and you're like, it's really hard to self critique and be like, how could I do what I do except 10 times better? Like it's hard. It's really hard.
Well, the whole idea is just that with the next one, we're going to add more value, right? So the concept of one rail equals knowledge plus entertainment, aka edutainment, right? So that's our goal. And we feel like this one was super fun, but just like us goofing off the entire time.
But there's also an element though of like, I think because of everything that we've done, like I think we kind of run this one out. Like it's not going to grow anymore, and we do want to add value by growing the show. Like the bigger the show gets, the more that we can do, and so that's a big part of it too. Is like, if we could triple our listenership, like we could do so much more. And so I think we would like to do some of those things, and there's an opportunity to do that when you relaunch a podcast. So like we do have an opportunity. Exactly. Like we've now made all the mistakes, including cooking fish in a hotel and ruining other people's podcasts. So we're going to stop doing those things. And we're going to start doing some good things, and then we'll stop doing the bad things as well. So we're like, you're getting a lot.
Hopefully, if we do enough of the right things, we get back on the good list and not the black list. We get invited back to the podcast.
Maybe not that one. I don't think it's going to invite us back. I'll be honest.
I don't want. We're never going back on Travis's podcast. We're not invited.
Like
it's fine.
I would like to, but I'm not going to get invited.
No. Not a chance. We're not getting invited back. It's totally fine. So whatever. So you guys are mentioning like Tackle Talk, Bass Fishing HQ. These are all great things. Yeah,
they're all great. Those are all good shows. 100%.
Consider something similar to that where there's an educational factor, but also entertainment. Right? Like we're not going to make it dry. But also Nathan Parliament mentioned he learned a lot from the species specific episodes, like Bass Facts. It was one of our still most popular episodes. It's like episode 6, right? And there's a way to meet in the middle. And that's what we would like to do. And we don't want to make this show what it's not. So we're just going to reset. Yeah.
Well,
we talked specifically about certain tackle. And and that's enjoyable. And at this point, we have sort of a catalog memory of tackle because we've used so much of it. Like I could call it out. I know brands, I know types, etc. But I think
you're hitting on the one thing that we're not going to do either, and that's I'm not going to like step outside my lane. So we're going to specifically not step out of our lane here, and we're not going
the teachers.
I'm not going to be the educated.
Learners.
I'm going to become the educated, and so we have to find our own way to do it, and that's kind of where the science meets sort of the art, right? Where you have to Well, there's gonna be like a I'm gonna do X
science. Like,
yes.
are we gonna have
100%.
science on our
Yeah,
show?
there's the science of like doing things like very like
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
but then there's like the creative way to do it where it's like so compelling, right? So I think we gotta. That's where it gets.
You guys are gonna have to stay tuned and just tune into that podcast when we drop it.
It's not here. If you tune in here, you're gonna be
tune in here.
Drastically disappointed.
We'll actually do tune in here because it'll still be on YouTube Live, bro.
Okay, fair.
Where are they gonna tune? We're not starting a new channel.
I'm talking to all the people who are downloading this episode.
It's not called that. I already told you. Somebody said it in the chat early on. You can look back. You can find it.
The answer is there.
It's there.
So now we're getting into the point of the show notes where
we ran out of show notes.
We started ripping on ourselves. So we didn't delete our thing. So I put in a show where we just ripped on Jeff because that was one of my favorite episodes where Jeff wasn't there and I just absolutely wrecked him and he has no idea what actually happened. And then Jeff comes in with writing live while I'm typing my rib to him. He says, ripping on Paul while he writes these notes. And then he says,
Chaz wrote that.
Oh, sorry, that was Chaz. And then Jeff goes, nobody loves Paul. He is literally the worst. And then I said, go find a hole and jump in already.
Okay.
And then this is where the mothers come in. He says his parents never loved him. He's adopted for sure. Possibly even alien in nature. Yes. And it just really, it kind of devolved from there.
All right. All right. So at this point, like any other call outs of favorite moments, anything else like kind of stand out to you guys? And I want to hear you guys in chat too. So if there's anything we haven't mentioned, something that you remember from the show that you want to call out, much appreciated. If you throw it in chat, we'll try and call it out for you as well. The first members only. Yeah, that is actually a great point. Thank you, Chaz. So the first members only, and then every members only after that. Basically, Paul and I went into it
where we did the Brady Bunch. That was insane.
Yeah, we didn't even. Yeah, exactly. So the first couple ones we didn't even know like we could do that. So we transitioned to Discord at some point, and then I will say Discord has been a really cool part of this too because we have over 100 people in our Discord server now. So if you guys are not on Discord, you should be because Discord's awesome, and it's basically just this big community space that's not
I'm
Facebook.
100. I'm 100, and I didn't realize that there were like 700 messages in there, and it's like, why do I have like 1,000 unread messages? And I went and I was like, dude, you guys are blowing this thing up.
Yeah. The Discord is very active, so Chaz will share the Discord link. It's in our LinkedIn or LinkedIn. Don't go to my LinkedIn. It's not related to this at all. It's in our link tree, so link in bio and like Instagram. But yeah, Chaz will share it here too, so you guys should definitely go check it out. Discord is an absolute blast. But the members only became this thing where it's like, oh, we can bring them in on video. So we started bringing our members in on video. So if you guys don't know this, if you're a Snorlax crew member and you're on the members only live, we put you on video with us and we all just hang out. And like basically where we would ask questions or talk about topics on the show, we asked all of those questions to our members. And it is so fun. And that's why like Tuesday went 3 hours out of nowhere. And we didn't even want it to because there's often like Paul will have to edit a video or like literally we both just have to like sleep, I guess. So we're just like, hey, let's end the show an hour and a half in. 3 hours later, it's like, hey, let's end the show now. Ralph Army Outdoors was fishing during the show. It was freaking cool. I think he caught 2 bass. I don't know if it was during the show, but at some point he caught 2 bass that day. But freaking blast. So the members only, and the fact that people join the membership, first of all, fantastic. You guys are such an amazing support structure for the show. So we really appreciate you guys so much for that. So that was really cool. And then I've got some call outs here I want to hit in chat. So the bracket, I remember the bracket, the March Madness that we did. And it was Bates? Was it like Bates?
Sunglasses.
It was things.
No, it was stuff. It was like stuff. So it was like stuff. Sunblock versus hat or like shades.
Big sunscreen came out.
That was what big sun, like 50. What?
Dude, what we didn't even mention was just the quotes that became shirts and decals.
Yeah, I know.
Nerds, flip around, find out. out, death to big sunscreen. I live my life a quarter ounce at a time. Like all these
pony pants, girthy geeks,
pants.
eat it, coward. Where we're going, we don't even need rails. I've got a whole list. I have the whole list.
You guys, those are still going to happen. I will say this. We've decided the shirts are a problem. The shirts are the biggest issue. The decals are easy. They're an absolute joke. They're so easy to do. We're going to keep doing decals. I don't think we're going to do shirts.
I think I would like to do a shirt maybe once a year, but it really has to be like,
it's got to be the best.
It has to be really, really, really good.
We could do decals often. Like,
yeah, I could do decals basically
6 times a year plus.
Jeff, you've never had to label and do all the shipping for the decals, so
it's
unless
easy.
you start,
I just have you do it.
Exactly. So maybe not 12 times a year, but we could do it a few times a year for sure.
Listen, we'll figure out a better solution for that. Okay, how about that? We'll find a solution where you don't have to personally label them, but it gets done. And it's where neither of us personally label them.
Sorry, Chaz.
We hire Chaz to do it.
That was a joke. I'm not going to make Chaz. I'm going to make Chaz's cat.
But your cat is going to do it in catnip. 69,420. Don't worry about it.
The bracket was legit. The final DeBurly wants a final tally on Hood No Hood. I actually think Hood is up by 5.
Hood won.
I think Hood is up by 5.
Here's the irony, you guys. The shirt has no hood.
Exactly. Freaking exactly.
So we got these shirts, these jerseys, when we were supposed to be at the tournament hosted by Monster Bass in Texas that we didn't even get to go to. But they sent us the jerseys anyway. So I just wanted to wear it as kind of an act of solidarity. That was it. But it also doesn't have a hood. But I'm still saying Hood, the end of the show, Hood goes down champ. Chaz?
But not by as much as you would have thought. Not by nearly as much as you would have thought.
I mean, it makes sense. Like, they still sell shirts with hoods and shirts without hoods. Like, there's always going to be division. I'm just saying those with hoods are better, and the people that wear them are better people. So that's fine.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. The Hood No Hood, the Crocs No Crocs, like the slow rolling thunder battles were so fun.
They were fun.
Sunscreen nippers. Remember nippers?
Effing nippers, dude.
They suck. Gone. Dude. So many good moments you guys are calling. I love it. We got a couple new people to Discord. Awesome. Welcome aboard. It's going to be a blast. Everybody talks in there. It's so fun. Now say, eat it, coward, while fishing. Don't worry. We say that all the time.
Dude, ice fishing, I've said that more than like literally anything.
But with live scope now, with Panoptics, like you start saying I'm Panoptics because you'll see the fish coming in.
It is really hard to see a crappie like that you're casting it come out of some cover, sniff your lure, and then turn around and go away. That is so they don't talk about that enough. Talk about that enough. It's a drawback of the old Panoptics.
Oh, the fish in the southeast reminded. I know this is on your board, but snippers, not nippers. I think that was the shirt idea or the decal. Snippers, not nippers. So everybody be like, "I'm sorry, what?" Right? What is that saying?
Oh no!
Is this a final poll? What are you doing?
God dang it!
Don't let me down, hoods. Don't let me down, hoods. You bunch of hoodlums.
That's so freaking funny. Sorry, should we do our final slow rolling thunder?
All right, so here's what we're going to do, you guys. We got Slow Rolling Thunder. This is not the final Slow Rolling Thunder because that is carrying over to the new show, dude. But for the final Slow Rolling Thunder of this show, we will start that now. And we are going to do, should we do 2 giveaways? 3 giveaways? Just say 2 or 3.
3.
3. Okay, so we got 3 giveaways. First winner is going to win a Monster Bass gift card valued at $25, good to monsterbass.com, where you can buy anything but the subscription, which is fine because they have a gigantic store, so you can go buy some stuff. Hint, in the future, I'm going to just force Rick into this situation by arm wrestling him or something, and I'm going to win, hopefully, and I'd be embarrassed if I didn't. But we're going to start having like our decals. I'll give him several bottles of wine and I will definitely win. But we're going to get him to carry the decals that we make. So like all the unique decals. He's doing all of Epic Eric stuff. So I'm just going to be like, look, those are great. These are better. And we'll get them on the website. So you guys are going to see those probably in the future. I'm just calling it out right now. I like to manifest things like this. This is how I get things done. So we're gonna do that. So hang tight. But in the meantime, you can buy a ton of tackle on there. It's a great website. You should definitely check it out. I will also say right now, Hoods is destroying no hoods. You guys are awesome. Thank you for making the right choice. So second prize is going to be. We'll do this. Second prize is going to be. I told my members only lives that we were going to do this. This is a Plano Edge. Pay no attention to this section right here. It's just a hole, but it's totally taped over. It's fine. Look, it still has like a worn price sticker on the back. What the heck? But if you can't tell, this is actually full of jigs. That is not quite totally full. There's a few empty slots, but there are probably 30 or so ish jigs in here. This whole thing goes. So somebody's going to get this plus a Ned Rig Nerd decal. Okay, so that's prize number 2. Yeah, there you go. Prize number 3 will be a mystery box. Not even going to fill it right now, but what it is inside of is one of these. I got a bunch of these.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to give you guys one of these, and I'll just pack it full of whatever baits I can, and I'll probably throw like 3 plastics up on top.
How did I not get a pack of those? I'm kind of mad.
Dude, so Rick shared it in Slack, and he said, use this code. And then you just didn't do that.
Oh.
That's why you didn't get one. Dummy. Listen, I have
Ipso
a bunch. You
facto.
want one? I'm only using one, so I have like 4. I'm gonna give this one away. So I got 3 others if you want one.
I actually don't really care. It was more
Cool.
It's like the principle.
It's you dropped the ball. Don't talk about you didn't order the things. You told everyone.
I mean, maybe.
I digest. Let's get into the slow rolling thunder, bro, Chacho. Yeah, I do. Exactly.
No, he means.
I mean,
exactly
digest.
what he said.
I mean to digest this thought process.
My God. All right. Best child's board game. So no adult board games. I don't want to hear about Settlers of Catan or Monopoly or any of that garbage.
Never play an adult board game.
Okay. I'm talking about Candyland. I'm talking about Sorry. Yep. I'm talking about Clue. Even Clue's borderline, but it's so good.
Yep, exactly.
Mousetrap. Exactly.
Oh my God, you just went right for the jugular there. Okay, so you guys
in Trouble.
You're participating in this. So what is the best child's board game? Operation's a good one. Battleship. I see in here.
Battleship was sick. Connect 4.
Connect 4.
I've probably gotten into more physical altercations with my siblings over Connect 4.
Guess who?
Why? I don't even know why.
Guess who in Connect 4 were the biggest fights for us? And my children carry that torch because they both have played Connect 4 and Guess Who, and they just wreck each other. Because, first of all, my youngest, Olivia, will straight lie. 100% lie. She's like, do they have a mustache? She'd be like, no. Totally has a mustache. What? So she's impossible to win against. And then even if one of them win, the other one is just gonna cry the whole time. Basically, the world's worst losers at anything.
What about Hungry Hip? Okay, go ahead.
My daughter Olivia told my oldest daughter Emma was in a spelling bee, you guys. She took 4th place. She crushed it. I was so proud of her. It was amazing. She spelled they went off of a list they had a chance to study the entire year. They started just pulling words out of a dictionary, you guys. Ridiculous. But she spelled 2 of those random words correctly. One was abundance, and I was like, nice. And then the other one was really hard, and I don't even remember what it was. But the point is, she took 4th. She comes home. My daughter Olivia goes, "You're the best loser." You're the best loser. It's brutal.
Full frontal assault.
And she said she was totally in her head being totally nice.
Yeah. But she actually was just raging on her.
You're the best loser. You're so good at losing. I'm sorry, I had to share that moment. Anyways,
that's good.
So 54 votes in. Hoods are 74%. Baby, and
I think all my folks signed off because they're just old and they're sleepy.
Listen, Black Bass Angler said 52 pickup.
That's not a board game.
That's a goof. Lawn darts.
God dang it,
dude! What about pickup was when you would go "Hey, do you guys want to play a game?"
Yeah,
I'll play a game. 52 pickup? Go.
Yeah. Emotional. G-Fun goes emotional damage. Perfect. What about Crossfire?
Crossfire, because the commercial was
the game sucked. The game
was
sucked,
terrible.
but the freaking jam, dude. Crossfire, you get caught up in a crossfire.
I just wanted the actual.
I wanted to live in space on a little star-shaped disc and get blown away by my friends with metal BBs.
Yep.
What about Hungry Hippos? Always turn into an absolute fight. I would just bash the shit. I would just bash it. Rock'em Sock'em Robots. So that was like a re-release.
Yeah.
It actually was like, that was way ahead of its time.
Boppers. B. Dooley came in with the clutch. I don't know if that qualifies as a game, but it was definitely your opportunity to knock the absolute living hell out of your siblings and friends.
Oh my God, dude, what about Chinese checkers? It was always at your aunt's house, and it was like buried in the back, and it was like sun bleached because it got left out in like the family room.
Yep.
Oh my God, do Tamagotchis count? Because like I probably wasted a lot of hours.
Too many hours.
On keeping
Pogs. Daniel
Pogs.
Pierce says Pogs. That's another. So I will put a few games into this category. Ready? So Pogs. Slapjack. There's a game called Spoons, and these are all games that you aggressively bash people or an individual's hand.
Oh my God.
Bloody Knuckles.
That's not a. Oh God. Whoa. What about? There's actually a really good game. It's like the blue circle. It's silver and blue, and it like spits out clues to a word, it spits out a word, and you have to get everyone to say the word. Like
Mad Gab.
No.
That's a version of it.
No, yeah, but it's like. Oh God, what is
I know
that
what
called?
you're talking about,
dude. Like Stratego,
or like.
Would anyone like to play Stratego?
or like Uno, just in general. Uno like is
catchphrase. Catchphrase. Thank you, Nathan Parliament.
Okay.
You're the man.
Yes, catchphrase. Yeah, it'd be like, are we playing it this way? What do you mean? Are we playing that way? Yeah, Midwest rules. Like what?
So what is?
Since
you
when?
know what though? I mean, if we're going all the way there,
yeah. Dude, Mad Gab was the best. Mad Gab was where you had the card and it was like a nonsense word and you said it and it like sounds like a word.
Yeah,
it was to guess what word that is.
And you had to. What? Okay.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I mean, it was like Pictionary but movie version. Essentially, they're just like, here's this clip. What's the movie? Yeah, that's funny. There was actually, oh my gosh, they had. Speaking of Pictionary, my mother purchased a Pictionary. My mother, she purchased a little electronic like Pictionary setup where it's a pen and it pairs with your TV, and it was garbage. It did not work whatsoever. But you would try and draw something on the TV.
Dude, all you need, I was gonna say, all you need in life is Yahtzee and euchre, and you don't have to. You don't need anything else. If you had those two things and some friends, you could literally get away with murder. I mean, that's all you really needed.
Name that tune. That's a good one. Black Bass Angler. Yeah, games like that were always fun. That's always fun. Tyco racetracks. I mean, in that case, you throw Hot Wheels in there.
My favorite part of the podcast is when Jaws talks to you guys, isn't on, and we all sit waiting in silence for a reaction.
That is the best call out.
We have to fix that on the next podcast. Like, that has to go away.
We tell him all. I'm like, Chaz, just unmute yourself if you have something relevant to say.
The thing I was talking about
right now.
No, they can hear me. Yeah.
Okay.
The one I was talking about is called Seen It.
Seen it. Yeah, I remember that.
Trivia Pursuit is good, but that's 100% an adult game. I mean, oh my God.
Okay, so what's your answer? Best child's board game? Go.
Is Yahtzee an answer? Because that's what I want to pick.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
Yahtzee.
Okay, great. Mine is Mousetrap because I probably played it the absolute most.
Actually, you know what? I'll go back. I'm gonna say Trouble.
Oh, no backsies.
Trouble was like of the actual board game. Trouble is fucking awesome.
You guys, I'm 34. I am banned from
you
playing
don't have
the game
fun getting into trouble.
I will fight my wife, my child, my mother. I refuse to play that game.
My whole family because of Trouble. It's great. That's what makes it so good.
Nope.
Dude,
nope. If it comes out, I leave the room. I'm like, nah, do you guys want me to get a divorce? Because I don't necessarily. No, thank you.
Like you're approaching like your safe zone. You're 2 little peg holes away, and someone's like, "Trouble," and you're like,
just like, trouble as they're bleeding. Guys, don't ever play Trouble with your family or anyone you love. Only play Trouble with people you hate.
That freaking game is insane. All right. My next is like rate your top 5. Whoa. No. What?
Should we roll one right now? Are we rolling into
Oh, yeah. All right.
Let's do it. We're going to roll the first giveaway for the $25 gift card now. Daniel Pierce. He commented earlier. I know he's here. Daniel Pierce. If you're new to the show, here's how you win. Say hi. You have to say hi in chat. We have to know that you're real. Otherwise, we re-roll. And it's got.
And while we're waiting.
He did it. Dude, you beat me. I didn't even have to say the instructions. So for the other 2 winners, just FYI, you got to say I'm here. And also, hoods are better than no hoods. Thank you for 71% accuracy. Thank you.
Wait a minute.
69 votes. Nice. You were waiting for that, and then you closed it on purpose.
Hold on. I want to recount. It's 71 to 28. That doesn't add up. No. Recount.
Yeah.
Recount.
Okay, I'm just gonna win again. It's recount. Fine. Listen. Anyways, so Daniel Pierce has won. Daniel, we need your email. So you
follow
can just contact
the instructions on top of the screen. They can hear me, Jeff.
It's loud. It's really loud.
Even if they can, I'm just not even going to respond.
Yeah. So it's on top of the screen. Follow that. I'll take care of it.
Daniel Pierce won Raka. All right. We'll do another one after this next question. Rank your top 5 flavors of Monster.
The 5? There aren't top. There is no
3.
top 5. I have a top.
We can do 3.
2, 3. Maybe.
I can do 5. No problem. Mine's changed in the last 2 weeks.
Interesting. You found a new one, I guess.
Yeah.
So my top is actually the blue can, the light blue ultra.
Oh, those are so good. It's like islandy. Those are really good.
Light blue ultra, the white ultra, and then
mine is only ultra.
The purple ultra.
Dude, the purple ultra,
blue,
rocketing
white,
up my favorite list.
Yes,
rocketing up.
Blue,
the
white,
red
purple,
can?
Nothing else.
No, hold on. The red can.
Red's fine. Yeah.
Why is surprisingly good? I thought it was gonna be dog shit when I drank it first. I was like, this is gonna assault my. That's
the water one is terrible.
It's too aggressive. It's way too aggressive.
Bad.
So you know,
and the green can.
You know, no, the green can's pretty good. Green can's like number 3. Purple can's also too aggressive, so I can't do the purple can.
I like the European import Monster.
The one thing I will say, the flavor that rocketed up my favorites list, and actually is the reason the question's on here, the peach. Peach is like stunningly good.
What color is it?
It's like a very, very light pink.
Oh, I haven't had it yet, so I can't say that.
It's incredible. It's very good.
I'll say the
rosé one. The rosé one is actually pretty good too. Like the
I don't know that either. I don't think
it's very solid. I think peach is my number 1.
Yeah.
I think that the green, the like islandy green one, is number 2.
Right.
It's a little more mild than the blue. And then you know what? I used to like the white. I've just had it so much that I need something different. So like
that's why it's not my number 1.
That's why it's not. And I will go. I will also
showing off Monster right now.
Purple. I'll go purple for number 3.
Purple for number 3. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm with that. I'm on board with that. I like that. And I'm going to try the peach. And I also want to say that was where the birthplace of cold coffee. Can you remember that? Because we went camping.
We
forgot the coffee stuff.
Yeah, we forgot the coffee stuff. So we had
the hotel.
Coffee. But you know what else happened?
Coffee was trash.
That ended up on film was shaking up the bag and then throwing it up. Macaroni and cheese piping hot macaroni and cheese splatters
in the chicken strips.
The chicken strips.
But that this wasn't the best moments of the show or of the channel. This is of this show. But that was a great one when you're like, check this out, and you flipped it and you just dumped like the best vomit I've ever seen. Like, if you guys have seen the movie Toys with Robin Williams, there's a whole scene where they're in a room checking out fake vomit. This bag of macaroni tops the charts for fake vomit. It's perfection. Okay, so are we gonna roll a giveaway? Chaz just walked away, you guys. Chaz has left the building. The second giveaway, which is gonna be this.
Chaz's cat. Roll the giveaway.
Roll the giveaway.
And he's on mute.
Thank you. Right. Jeff Lauer says camp meals was awesome. There is a video on our channel, you guys, that's all about just kind of taste testing and reviewing like MREs and camp meals. And it was a blast to make. Did not do anything for views, but it was fun.
4 or 5
so if
views.
4 or 5, maybe 6. Now 7 if one of you guys goes and checks it out. It was fun. It was definitely like an off brand.
It was fun.
If you can
it was a way to get another video out because we did waste a whole weekend. We spent a whole weekend and we basically did that. It was great.
Yeah. It was a really fun trip.
Chaz is back. Chaz,
roll him.
It's time to roll the giveaway.
Oh man.
Again? What?
Did you just win last week?
Like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Look at you, golden luck guy. All right. So Scott Vermonter, say what's up. You're going to get some stuff. Chat counts as yes. Oh, man.
That's the jig box, right?
That is the jig box. So Scott Vermonter, you're getting this old box of goodies. There's a chatterbait in there. I don't know. That might be a Super K. Daniel got the monster card. Oh, there's a few in here.
It's in the show notes.
Yep. Yeah, if you would pay. There's a lot of Super K in here.
Did we see him? Did we see Scott Vermonter? He said yes. All right, rad. Well, Scott, you know what to do, and I think we have your address actually already.
This random thing. This came in a box at some point. But I promise you, there's mostly good baits in here. There's some thunder chickens. You got some thunder crickets. You got oh man, this is where the Guggen clickbaits went. So you can get some Guggen clickbaits in there as well. There's like 7 or 8 Super K bladed jigs.
Those are actually, dude, those are good for anything more than like 4 feet of water. Those are good.
Bunch of swim jigs, bunch of flipping jigs, lots of football.
A lot of jigs because it's a jig box. All right, next question. Worst Father's Day gift.
I picked this question. Super proud of it. The worst Father's Day gift. Oh man. And any dads in chat, your family, if they're watching, tell them to go away. And then I want you to chat what your worst Father's Day present.
Julie goes socks. I've already seen Ty. I think we all saw that one coming.
Ty, top of the chart.
Socks is very high. Oh my God.
So hot. Like imagine just somebody you care about in the celebration of how hard they work throughout the year, you give them socks. Hey, your feet sweat a lot. You probably need more of this.
Your sweat's made of acid. Here's some socks.
It's true.
No, here's a tie. Get back to work.
I know how much you love work. So I got you a tie. The worst.
That's so brutal, man. Oh my God.
Anything non-fishing says
you know what's funny? When Mother's Day came around, TikTok had like a bunch of TikToks about like what moms want. And they were like, what moms want was like the TikTok theme.
Right.
And it was like, there were some like extreme things and there were simple things, but it was all about like, hey, what should you get your mom? It was kind of like, they were basically telling you like what they want, right? And then there were jokes based on that. The dad jokes are very, very, very specific. There's only 2 types of content that are coming for dads. 20% or less is like very insanely high end like dad gifts. Like I saw one where like a dad got like a new dirt bike, and there was like a dad who like got his whole like patio redone. Like there's that. That's 20% or less. The remaining 80% or more is dads getting nothing. like jack shit. And so it's like dad goes like, dad comes downstairs excited to have expecting to have like a nice Father's Day breakfast, totally alone, making coffee by himself. Like, and that's
so true.
That is the content right now. It's like just dads getting wrecked.
That's so good. Oh my gosh.
This is not bad. Chores is not a good gift. I will give you that.
Wait, what is chores?
Yeah,
dude,
chores.
My kids are gonna do the chores for me, and I love that.
Force in a box of nails. That sounds like a very expensive gift. You must be very rich.
With a letter, what you making me with this? And that's all it says.
I'd be all about that life.
I want to say, so Jeff Lauer says black licorice tea in a teacup, which sounds like that happened to you, and that's terrible. I would be so pissed. But Cooch says a fishing shirt without a hood. Hands down, worst Father's Day gift. I'm sorry.
I'm putting the group chat on mute, Aaron. God dang it.
That's so funny. Yeah, fishing gear is definitely win. I already got my Father's Day gift. It was a new what?
God. I don't like getting fishing gear. I don't want to get because
the stuff I don't care about. Like I wouldn't let them give me tackle. Like you guys know, they'd be like, "What the hell is this?" I just told them to let me buy whatever I wanted.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it would be Danny the Duck exactly. But I got a new PFD, which I'm going to wear when we go fishing this weekend. Yeah, I'm super pumped about it. I tried it on today. It's the NFS Chinook. Light years ahead of the Onyx I had, like light years.
I've been telling you that for years.
Well, whatever. So I've had the Onyx forever. It's funny. A lot of people ask me about the Onyx, and it's like $89. It's not that cheap. Like that's the whole thing. Like you could spend $130 and get a brand new Chinook with no discounts or anything like shipped to your house. A little bit over $100. Yep. Or you can spend $80 or $90 on something that I'm gonna be honest, you're just not gonna be happy with.
I'm just not gonna be that happy with it. Like I don't
heavy, thick and hot.
Not a fan, man. Like I love my my PFD. Yeah. I really do. And I think that everyone says the Chinook is the best. I would put my Stolquist up against anybody's any day. I really would. I like mine a lot. We will on video. You know what we should do? We should actually just fight. We should punch each other in the chest continuously. Here's the video. Just
been pulling content ideas for a while. Anyways, I'm seeing lots of.
I'm in charge of the channel. I make the ideas.
Listen, so good ideas.
The channel's really gone downhill. We get 6 views per video, and we've lost 22,000 subs.
Paul's in charge. Basically, he just punches me every month. Don't worry. He keeps saying one day we'll go viral, and I listen, and I just keep showing up, and I don't know what's wrong with me.
Well, our paycheck has gone from X to 0.
David Eller says my money's on Burly, so thank you for the vote of confidence. I love it.
He weighs like literally 100 pounds more than me. If he lost, it'd be hilarious.
90. Shut up. Anyways. All right, so I see lots of like good ideas. I see some bad ideas on here. I would say like to me, socks is hard to beat. But I would say just like the lack of attention, nobody caring at all, and then just like something random that doesn't mean anything at all.
Tchotchke shit.
Tchotchke
shit pisses me off. I hate getting stuff that it's like, oh, put this on your desk. I'm like, you know how much stuff is on my desk? Nothing. Like literally, you wouldn't know I worked there. You could walk by my desk if it didn't have a name tag. You wouldn't even know that anyone worked at that desk. I bring my computer. That's it.
Yeah, that's the way it should be. So
I don't understand that.
Clutter is a great answer for sure.
Oh wow, Frank. Okay. Wow, brutal. Oh man.
It's not just that I got your pounds. It's also that you're small and weak and puny and terrible.
Oh my god. Wow. Holy shit.
Back to the overrated, underrated episode. I was overrated, you guys.
Jesus.
Now, apparently, Paul is not just an underdog. He's a no dog. He has no dog in this fight.
Prepare to be dazzled.
Can't wait until we just punch each other. It's going to be super great.
I like this one.
I like this idea.
I think that's anyway. I'm definitely going with tchotchke stuff. That's the worst. Tchotchke like when you get me something that I'm going to throw away, that actually bugs me. Like that's gonna piss me off.
Things that don't mean anything. Like I would take appreciation in general just over that. Just like some sort of gratitude. You do some chores for me. Like, heck yeah. I'll take that.
I would take a gift card over appreciation. I'm joking.
I would take beer and appreciation over everything. All right.
I would take beer appreciation.
Beer appreciation. Anyone?
Appreciate beer. Appreciate.
Appreciation. Anyways, do we have another giveaway to roll, and then we're gonna do our last one.
I love it. I'm stirring the pot with the last one.
Say some stuff. I gotta fill a box. I'm muting my mic so you don't hear me like heavy breathing and slamming thing over here.
All right, no problem whatsoever. Oh, turkey bacon. You know what I will say though, the idea that like I think a meal is like I actually think that that is like a very good gift. Like I actually remember what we used to do in my house. We used to just do like grilled steak dinners, and that was Father's Day. So like the nice thing is that one, everyone gets a steak, so like everyone is getting paid. That's good. Two, you get to grill and like usually have a beverage. Low work, always a win. I'm never upset about a meal. Now, I usually end up having to grill. So like if I'm grilling the steaks, yeah, maybe that's not exactly a dub. Breakfast though is the one. Sleep in breakfast when you're a father is like you cannot put there's no premium high enough on sleeping in for like an extra 45 minutes when everyone else has to do stuff. Having a cup of coffee with no one screaming in your face, that is worth like $1 billion. That's worth $1 billion. It's literally worth $1 billion. You don't even need the meal. I just need the extra 45 minutes, and that's it. Good point, though. John says, at least you're getting the steak cooked the way that you want it. That's actually kind of a big deal. That's actually pretty fair. There's nothing wrong with that.
The kids made dinner for you, honey.
I know.
No, can I just go out to eat? Thanks. Like, I'll get delivery.
Do people order out for? I guess probably a lot of people order out for.
I'm going out for Father's Day.
Oh, dude, I am not a breakfast in bed guy. So, I'm like a neat freak. Like if there end up crumbs in my bed, I'd lose my mind.
Also, wake me up like at all on this day. Would be great.
So the winner was Jason Emery Fishing.
Jason Emery,
and he already responded and everything.
Oh wait, we already announced it. He won the mystery box.
Yep.
Oh, dude, Jason. Well, good because Jason deserves some feedback.
Box right now, guy. We're getting there. Actually, you know what? Screw these. I got some Fish Lab stuff in there, but I don't want to put too much, so I'm actually going to go to the wall, which you guys know if you watch the show is not only baits we hate. There's also a lot of good baits up there.
Oh, there's a ton of good baits up there.
Actually. So I got some stuff in here right now. I got like the Fish Lab BioGill, Monster Bass 2.0, Topwater, Monster Bass Jerkbait. Bunch of soft plastics, these random like tiny dark sleepers that actually hammer. We got some
weird. They're exactly like the Storm pre-rigged ones that are a third the price and come in a 3-pack.
Look at that. We got some Fish Lab frogs in here. I should probably put them with no hooks section. Let's do that. Not stab those. I'm gonna go to the wall and find some stuff. Hang on.
Oh, see ya, Jeff. I was gonna do the last question, so I'm gonna do the last question. The last question, and Jeff, I'm doing the last question.
Just wait for me.
No, I don't want to wait for you. No, do it later. Do it after the show. Sit down. We're finishing the show
iPhone.
So the last question, sit down, put your headphones on. We're gonna battle this.
Jason Emery, I will fill. I promise you, I'm gonna fill up this box the rest of the way, and I'll ship it out to you. How about that? Cool. Let's do it. Last question.
Last question is going to be, which one is better, iPhone or Android?
It's iPhone. Like, and I will never use an Android.
Did you ever have one?
I had a few different types. I think I definitely had an Android.
Oh, you are not qualified to answer this question.
I just said I think I definitely had an Android, which means there's a 50% chance I definitely did.
I
exactly.
like the customizations with the Android that you could do.
I had an Android.
I don't know if you can still do them nowadays.
I did have the original brick.
Look at the chat right now.
Oh man, Samsung, which would be Android probably. We're talking operating system, but yeah,
it's basically anything or Android. GFon, who I actually trust with my life, says very much so. Android
24,058%.
Very high. Very high.
You could just say Android.
Hey, Chaz, can we make this one a voting button?
Oh yeah,
yeah. Let's make this one a voting button. I like this. Dude, so I had one up here.
You guys, Scott Vermonter. Now I can't send you your box because you said Android.
All you freaking green bubbles. I am 100%. I'm 100% on team iPhone. I'll be honest with you guys.
Yep.
Here's my reasoning. I'll give you the reasoning. I've had a few Androids. I've had a few Androids, like 5. I think I had for like 4 or 5 years in a row straight. I had Androids. The battery life was better. It was way more customizable, which was really cool. And it had features that like iPhone will just never have or be able to have. It was actually, I really liked it. But when I started doing like actually using my phone, I found that I had like way more problems when I switched to an iPhone. Like everything just like worked and worked good. It didn't have to work perfect all the time, but everything was very smooth, worked all the time, was very consistent, and was not difficult. I didn't have to think about like how to use it. In Android, you have to like prepare yourself to like do a task. Like it becomes like a lot of work actually. And it gets buggy. Once you like start customizing things, they get super buggy. The iPhone, it's like you can't do anything. You can do what it lets you do, but it does what it does very cleanly, very smoothly.
For a year until you have to get a new one.
The 10, and that's the other thing. That I feel like that went away with
XR. I still love it.
I had the 10R. That was like the best phone I ever had. It was the best battery life of any phone I've ever had, period. Even with my current. It had an amazing camera, way better than anything that I'd ever had. I didn't really care what it cost, so maybe that's part of my problem. It's like I don't care how much they cost. I don't even think about it anymore. Yeah. And I never had a problem with it once. Never. Period.
Wow.
I loved it, and I've been with the iPhone ever since. I don't think I'll get off of it.
And I want to point out though, I think you were one that was like extremely against the iPhone. Even
I was for like 5 years. It was either going to be the 10. It was either going to be the 10 or it was going to be the Google Pixel 2 or 3, whatever was out at the time. Because I had a Motorola. What was like the indestructible one? It had like very soft. No, yeah, I had that. I actually had that. I had the slide Nokia brick. Actually,
I had one too.
It was the Motorola. It had like an impenetrable, like super tough glass. It was an amazing phone. The battery would last. This was like years ago. The battery would last like 6 days straight, full use, no lifesaver BS. That was a great phone.
Wow. So 55% of y'all are Android folks, 45% iPhone. I can't say I'm surprised.
I'm not. So much better. 10 times better. The customization is amazing on Android.
I feel like one thing to consider too is like if you started Android and just followed with it for a long time, same reason I've been iPhone 99.9% of my time on phones.
Yes.
You can't switch. It's like breaking your brain.
I did it twice.
It's so hard though. Like, so for me, I used a Mac vast majority of my computing time for the years, like probably 15 years, probably since I went to college, actually, maybe even longer. So I had a Mac forever. And then these two parts. And I what? Oh, your phone.
Yeah, exactly. You can see all your text on your Mac from your iPhone.
I still use my Mac to text from my iPhone specifically. Like I do not use my phone much.
Burly goes, Apple released so many generations of the phone. They had zero differences in acting like they were the second coming of Jesus.
Yeah, every single time. It's a 40th.
I will say, when you have, so there's a guy on TikTok who does reviews. He's a professional cameraman, like a videographer, and and photographer, and he actually does reviews on all of the different iterations of the iPhone camera, like to his level of precision. It makes you want to buy an iPhone like instantaneously. And he does like Google Pixel and does all the other ones too, like all the other phones as well. But yeah, his breakdowns are incredible. Like when they re-released your version of the Max XR or whatever of the 12, I was like, what was I thinking? Like, why did I not wait? It was amazing. But like, I agree though. I think the average person could not tell you the difference whatsoever.
100%. All right. So we drew all of our giveaways, did we not? We got 3. So we got Daniel Pierce.
Android winning by like kind of a lot.
Android is winning. So congrats to Droid users. So congrats to Daniel Pierce for getting the $25 Monster Bass gift card. We got Scott Vermonters getting the jig box and the mystery box, which I shall fill post show. We go to Jason Emery. So congrats, y'all. Thank you so much for being a part of this final live for the Burly Fishing Podcast. It has been a blast. we definitely had a good time the whole way. And this is not like, to us, it's neither a sad parting nor a permanent one, because we'll be back. We're just, we're going to take a month. I'm going to get my head straight for making content and make sure that we can put our full energy in and enjoy what we're doing. So we have high energy and we're having fun. Like, that's kind of the whole point. When you're not making six figures, making something like this, it's got to be fun. Fun sort of dominates for your monetary value, right? So that's what it comes down to. So we'll be back. I'm gonna take a refresher. We got content planned up for the month. Don't go anywhere. The channel's still gonna be here, but we will not be returning live Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern. Possibly indefinitely. There may be a different time and day slot for the new podcast, but we will be dropping a new podcast in about a month. So stay tuned for that. What was that, Chaz? You better unmute. Chaz, gonna talk.
So, in the meantime, before we set a new day, if we are going to change days, on Thursdays, if you're a member, we will have a special voice channel for people to come into. I'll be there. And we'll talk about fishing related stuff just during the downtime, just so you still get not the same thing, but you get something similar.
Yeah, so if you guys want to hang out, members, pop into Discord, pop into the voice channel. It's a blast. Hang out there, have talk about whatever Chaz wants to talk about, fishing, and then I think I mentioned on the members live, he says words that we can't say on live. It might come out, but you guys should have a blast in there. Hang out with Chaz. We appreciate it. Thank you, Chaz, for offering that up. Really appreciate you, man. And sure, to close out the show, we got our guy G-Fon Kim swinging in with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, brother. It says peace out. Literally deuces to this show, y'all. Also been a member 14 months on the Snorlax crew, dude. Really appreciate you. Woogie boogie. I dig it. So thank you guys. I'll mirror what you guys are saying in chat here. Jason Emery says, thanks for the memories. Thank you guys for the memories. I will always remember the show in my heart. It was a blast. We had a ton of fun. The great news is we still get to go live and do this, because I'll be honest with you guys, this is probably the most fun we have on this channel, hands down. Like, these are just too much fun to not do. Fish in the Southeast, best show. Yeet. We're going to yeet this show into the internet beams at this point in time, you guys. We appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for hanging out with us for one last Thursday. We will make a ton of announcements leading up to the launch of the new live show, so you will not miss it. We're going to pick a different day and time, probably, like I said. So just pay attention to the channel. Check out IG and TikTok and all them things that we're on, and we'll announce it for you. That's it. What do we say every episode? I don't even know how to close this out. Chaz, take us out one last time. Thank y'all. Good night.
Took a swing at a wrecking ball and I prayed for my downfall, and I found a way to reconcile, 'cause in my heart it's not worthwhile. It's a bloody battlefield where some go down, others heal. In the end, it's all the same.